All right, let's play some video games. We're going to be continuing the relic grind tonight, almost for certain. There we go. And let's just go ahead and get in and enjoy ourselves here. Some Final Fantasy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm a big fan of this UI so far. I like, man, when I'm in combat, all my shit's right there. When I'm out of combat, it's all down here. It's a little taller than it was, but I also have room for more emotes, which includes me dying. You can't sit on my face. I consider that the best dying emote because I can't be charged for face sitting if you can't sit on my face. There we go. Tavax, what is the happening? What are you up to? Oh no, Panda's trying. Just looks like I have a foot fetish now. Don't ban me, Twitch. Hold on, you can't see that. Hold on, zoom in. Well, turns out today's stream is going to be brought to you by the there we go. I'm Panda today. Thanks for coming, everybody. All right, nope, I'm Rion now. Blessed be, are we? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to continue the relic grind tonight. Mr. Catboy, hello.
Hello.
All right, rate my UI 1 to 10.
I have to see it in combat to get a full idea, but I would give it a solid 7 as it is right now.
Nice. There's silver, hell yeah. I love that mount. It's like the most baffling, ridiculous one out of all of them that I've seen so far. Okay, so we are rolling the wrong way. A solid U out of I, I'll take that. Chat, feel free to rate my UI. Okay. So what am I even trying to do here? Obtain white hot ember from the bowl of embers, hard as bard. That'll be my dude. If I ever started a band, that would be it. Hard as bard. 5 out of 7 yams. I'll take 5 out of 7 yams. That's a lot of yams. Yeah, that's what I want to do, Cat. Hey, there's Zen too. Nice. Hey, come here, bitch. Why are you not my friend? There we go. Yes. Okay, so we've got this. We're ready to go. I suppose it's just time to find anybody that wants to go with us. Oh, look at him. He's float. What a tall boy. He likes to be tall, chat. He loves to be tall. The hot air is lifting him up. Look at him. He knows. He's never been taller than right now. Oh, goodbye. What a good boy. Okay, perfect. This is a good, nice jet fighter. That's a cool mech. I'm ready to go. Look how nice and tight the target bar is right over that. It's pretty good. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna be on the explode train to kill Ifrit. It'll take us like a minute. Hey, Snaky boy. We're gonna go run some of the trials again. We're gonna blow them up. So that we can do the relic quest portions that we have available. Cool. We should have plenty of room for people to come in. Hey, Funko. Okay, I know you're gonna survive because you're too salty not to survive. Like, you're experienced. You're gonna be fine. Draw your weapon. There we go. Yeah, my UI doesn't change. When I pull out my Moogle. Eventually I'll have it where the only thing I'll have at the bottom here is just all my emotes. All of the emotes will be on these same bars, but it'll just be fucking full of emotes. And different things like toggling music and stuff like that. Oh. Yeah. MSQ stuff. We won't have like a party thing. It'll just be all emotes, and then the rest of that shit could just be disappeared. We don't care about it. I just want my emotes down here in a little bar. There we go. I will shoot the boss maybe one time, exactly, and then it will be dead. Oh yeah, no, we haven't done this fight in 10 years. There we go. Oh, he's big dead. What? Completion time, 10 seconds. Ridiculous. All right, greed and absolutely need. There we go. Someone planted it in your garden thinking it was a melon. Hey, Donovan. They are pumpkins and they have completely taken over my fence and are currently in a war of aggression with my cucumbers. Okay, I would like to sign up for this war. I will be on Team Cucumber. Literally 10 seconds. And that was with only 6 people, and most of us aren't even 90. That's ridiculous. I think he could be killed in 1 second. I wouldn't be surprised. Literally 1 second.
I swear to God, if I have to ready check for each of these when we're killing them in 10 seconds, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Ready check, 15 seconds. Queuing for it, 5 seconds. Actually killing it in 10 seconds, priceless.
I hate it.
You know when they say that you have some pain, if you get other pain, it can distract you from that pain? There we go. Anyway, Alleyport. Actually having to do mechanics?
I'm crying.
This is the things you get for all your hard work. There we go. Oh my god. Well, that is actually a war. Well, good luck, Mr. Funkle. I think you'll be fine.
Just don't Alleyport in front of my salad.
Even better, the grand finale, Winnieport.
I'm leaving.
There, I'm training my Machinist. He's actually left. Nice. We did it. We scared off the cat boy. This is like when you give cats the business and then they flee. Oh, we're back. Mr. Titans. I'll aggro him, bitch. I ain't afraid. What's he gonna do? Punch me? I dotted him. Why did I dot him? That doesn't matter. Oh, this is only hard. It's not even EX. Oh. Invalid target, yeah. There we go. I can imagine living in a place where you can actually grow shit in your backyard. What's that like? It's all clay for me here in Texas. There we go. Oh my god. Why are there 2 Titans? I don't remember this. Why have I taken damage? What is this? Brianne, this fight wasn't over in 10 seconds. I want my money back.
Yeah, you actually have to do phases on this one.
Disgusting. Disgusting!
Like, he forces you to do it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yep. Definitely need that. Absolutely necessary. Yep, there we go. We've done it. Friend just over there dancing. Well, those 3 trials took a total of 1.5 minutes. Hey, Geralt, guess what I just did? All right. GG, friends. Thanks for running with me. Getting that cleared up. I can't, like, the drama of your garden, Funkle, is incredible. You've got these 2 plants, invasive plants, that are trying to kill each other for dominance. There we go. So you're back. Never doubted for a second you'd trounce all 3 primals and come back to pester me again. All right, then, let's see the White Hot Ember, the Howling Gale, and the Hyperfused Ore. Here you go, Mr. Man. You can have those. June, you're recommending he makes a greenhouse. That's like saying you can commit all the bloody murder and war atrocities you want, Mr. Pumpkin-kun, but you have to do it in this area. You think that greenhouse will contain them? Are you crazy? There we go. We're speedrunning Relic. We kind of are, yeah. I don't feel bad about it either because Yiz and Rihanna have been very, very clear yesterday that they'd be okay doing this with anybody. So it's not streamer privilege, it's community privilege, which is pretty good. We can get you a relic in 3 to 5 days or your money back. There we go. All right, these ought to get me levels of heat I need, which leaves just that Radset Hun Kitchen Oil for cooling things off afterwards. You got that too, I assume. Yes. I do. It's weird that it doesn't just jump me into... Okay, I did have it. Funky, you really have, like, grown yourself into a corner there. I love hearing... I want to know so much more about the drama of your garden. Like, we could write a short story about this, honestly. A pretty damn good one, I think. You've done your part, and so I'll do mine. Watch now, and try not to bat your eyelids. Ain't every day you get to see a relic reborn. Yeah. Yeah, if it's that if it's going to be that fast and this easy, I really don't see any reason. Oh, not to. I'm not going to laugh. You can't make me do that. These God-given hands have worked another miracle. Feast your eyes on the Artemis bow, just as it was in days of yore. 'Tis a sight to move a man to tears. You lucky bastard. You'd better bloody well take care of it. Oh, nice. It's worse than what I'm wearing. It does look a lot better, though. It does look good. You could almost convince me to take this relic in. Oh, small child. Hello. You're just like a little bean. Someone put some clothes on.
Okay, for the next part, all you have to do is spin your ass around, come over here to the furnace, throw the 3 things that you bought.
That's Panda.
In Morgana with your Radset Han quenching oil, and shove it into the furnace with those.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Artemis Bow Zenith with the Thavnarian Mist. I'm doing it. I think I did it. It didn't give me a message. I think I did it though. Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Once you do that, it should open up the next part. But the next part we can't do on stream because it's a bunch of grinding.
Oh, okay.
So, meow.
Off to Hildy. Thanks so much, friend.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, nice relic. Okay, so we don't need to do serious business. It's Fragments of Truth.
You can pick up the next part if you haven't run off yet. If you put your bow on.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Just let me equip it, you bitch. Okay. My armory should... Never mind. I was going to say my armory should be fairly empty. Okay. It's not bad. When it glows. Nice. It's not bad. It wouldn't match with my formal attire, but it isn't bad. I would prefer Moogle over this. All right, there we go. Go ahead and accept it. So, define grinding. What is the next step? Pray tell.
The next part is the Atma step. You must go to 12 different zones and do a whole bunch of fates until the zone coughs up the Atma.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to be busy with that.
It usually doesn't take very long. It's RNG. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, and boring as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Although, honestly, I was thinking about this last night. I'm pretty sure if I sat here and stared at the wall and we just chatted, people would be okay with that. Maybe not forever, but like a day or two of just mindless grinding. I mean, what's Eureka gonna be? But running back and forth and punching things. Yeah, I really don't feel pressured to only show the really interesting stuff. I also think that might be a disingenuous presentation of what the new player experience would be, right? Like there's that argument. But man, if it wasn't in a group and it didn't have a lot to talk about, I probably would just be like, well, I can do this offline. And then stream something more interesting, at least to me. Okay. Let's continue. I really would just rather be working on narrative content, you know? That's really what I'm here for. God, he's so cute. It's you! God, I never thought I'd be glad to see you. Just the other day, this old bloke from some faraway land suddenly appeared. He's been bugging me ever since, asking about putting souls in relics or summit. None of it makes a whit of sense to me. God, I hate reading British people when I'm not doing an accent for it. It's cringe. It feels cringe, at least. I'm sure it sounds cringe, too. Can't the men see how busy I am, pounding kettles all bloody day? And ain't got the time to be humoring the elderly. What's more, you're the one with a relic, ain't that right? If there's anyone in this... Jalzan? Or is it Yalzan? Yalzan. There's no accent mark. I wish she were here to yell at me what the pronunciation is. Rion, your job. There we go.
Heck if I know.
Just say something so I can blame you if I'm wrong.
Jalzan.
Okay, good. So if there's any that this Jalzan bloke ought to be bothering, I reckon it's you. Run along then and keep the old coot off me back. Okay, there we go. I think this thing with kettles, hello? Oh, that's really cool. I kind of like this character. He's annoying, but he's not tedious. I kind of like him that he's kind of this stupid, forgotten prodigy, drunkard guy. Well, you're probably the only interesting work he's ever going to get again because he's just so deep in debt that he's got to do like menial labor that is so far beneath him. I can't remember what it was about him that I was laughing about, but that it was like... There was something about him that I liked. I can't remember what it is, and I don't like him right now, so I probably was high at the time. If I'm being perfectly honest. Hello? This guy reminds me of Donovan. Alright. I don't know why. Just got Donovan vibes. He seems like a quiet guy with excellent taste. I mean, look at his fucking shirt, man. Alright. Ah, the impropriety. Yeah. In my land, the elderly are treated with deference and visitors received with honor. Yeah, where are you from? You're not Doman. You're not, Are you Alamigan? I'm not sure. All right, you'll see. You must excuse me, adventurer. I have endured a trying sea voyage to meet with Eorzea's greatest weaponsmith, only to find that he is the greatest bore I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. But what's this? Your weapon. Unless I am gravely mistaken, 'tis a relic infused with Thavnarian mist. Yeah? He looks redacted? Oh boy. Marvelous, marvelous. Ah, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jalzan, and I hail from near eastern city-state of Radzedhan. Oh, okay, so that's a different place we haven't even known anything about so far. I am an alchemist by trade. It has been my life's work to study the enhancements of arms through soul infusion. Verily, Thavnarian mist is one of the fruits of my toils. Upon learning that the elixir had come to some prominence in Eorzea, I journeyed here with the intent of exploring new possibilities in my research. I want but for a subject to proceed. If you would be that subject, your weapon will become further enhanced. Will you agree to assist me, adventurer, and for your troubles come to possess a mightier relic? Well, fuck yeah, more power is good, I'll take it. A decision you will not regret. But without further ado, allow me to explain what my research will entail. Now, I trust you are aware that Ether permeates all things in our world. What you may not know, however, is that Ether is found in greater concentrations in Eorzea than elsewhere. When a weapon infused with quasi-soul such as your relic is used to slay a living being in this ether-rich land, a peculiar phenomenon occurs. The ether released by the fallen creature resonates with your weapon and agglomerates into crystals which I have dubbed Atma. It must be noted that this occurs only on rare occasions due to factors I have yet to identify. Now, as you may have already gathered, Atma is essentially the crystallized soul of a living being, and these crystals hold the key to strengthening your weapon. Wow. According to my research, 12 unique pieces of Atma are required, meaning they must be acquired from 12 different foes. This is literally Kingdom Hearts Organization 13, where I've got to find 12 other vessels on top of my own in order to make the fucking Keyblade or whatever. See the deed done, adventurer, and you shall hold in your hands such powers you have never known. Yeah. He just needs to get all the relics so he can run around with the insatiable title. I agree. He does. I think our relentless teasing of his is going to build character. By participating in certain fates while equipped with a relic weapon, Zenith, you may obtain an Atma crystal. So I have to do the grinding with the weapon.
You do not have to have the weapon equipped, I don't believe.
While equipped with a relic weapon Zenith. Asterisk fact check. Silver says, yup.
Okay. Okay.
I trust Rian, though. Okay. Panda and Silver says it has to have
I
on.
swear I've had them drop with it just in my inventory, but...
I'll dedicate 3 hours to testing that. You can run a dungeon without it as long as you exit with it equipped. Interesting. That's interesting. You just have to have it when you leave. All right. But as far as the fates, I don't think there's any way to cheese that. Can I post links in here? Yeah, we don't have anything blocking links. We'll just ban you if we don't like what you link. I mean, it's a safer policy. It's easier. Post whatever you want, but if I don't like it, I ban you. It's a very simple policy. It's actually how everything works. If I just decide I don't like you, you're gone. There we go. I'm willing to put up with a lot of shit, though, if I think you're still a benefit to the greater community. We also, yeah, if you quality post in the shit posting channel, banned. I have to get on to Panda, not you Panda, the other Panda. I have to get on to the other Panda about that all the time. Because Panda will come in and just be like, I'm going to post this really cute picture of a panda. And then it's just a cute picture of a panda. Like, that goes in pets, brother. Not in shit posting where I have to, like, I'm terrified to click on it because I don't know if there's going to be some edgy shit posted in there. I'm going to have to delete. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, you have to shit post in shit posting. If there's anything of quality in there, you've missed the point. Shit posting should make me go one of two things. Or, ooh. Anyway. The locations of the fates in the Atma yielded are as follows. Central Shroud, Atma of the Maiden. Southern Thanalan, Atma of the Scorpion. Upper Lanasia, Atma of the Water Bearer. Okay. Oh, gee, I'm not reading the rest. Ah, fuck off. It just keeps going. God. This information can be reviewed in the completed journal for the quest Up in Arms, which can be found under side story quests. Rian, what's it like being a very old geriatric cat?
It sucks. I hate it.
I can't imagine. Can you imagine being a 47-year-old investment banker cat? Oh my God. You would look like a dust bunny by that point. You ever seen like really old cats? They just look like they're always wet. Their hair is just, oh. You're that, but like 2 times more than that. You're basically a fucking cat mummy. I love your skin routine. Look at that. There we go. Geriatric fucking cat. Blink, motherfucker. God, someone needs to post that again. And shit posting. I fucking love that video. There's a weird fucking cat out here. What a great video. What a great moment in time. I'm glad we live in the timeline where that happened. There we go. Ah, perfect. What a densely armored child. Look at you. Taking the roleplay very seriously. You're not much taller than a dust bunny. I know I'm old and unkempt. Cats are graceful creatures until they like jump, but they slip and miss the ledge and then faceplant. Then they walk it off like nothing happened. The best advice is to just be like a cat, man, I'm telling you. I don't know where I'm going, Panda. You don't follow me. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, so at this point, I'm actually done with the relic. I can just go back to Hildy or doing Fragments of Truth. Is that one I can do?
Fragments of Truth will open Final Coil if you wanted to go do that.
I do want to do it before Saturday, so I think it needs to get done today or Thursday. Let's go do this just real quick, knock it out, and then I'll go do Hildy. There we go. Oh, to Thanalan. Wait, I'm going back to this hellhole? Okay. Wait a minute. No, never mind. This is a different place than I thought it was. There's a next part where the cat gets inside the house. I've never seen that. This sequel. Whoa, I didn't know there was a Blink Motherfucker 2 in theaters. Wow. Okay, I need to see this. Man, my mind is about to be blown. Fantastic. Eagerly awaiting that. That post. It's not often you get excited about the shit posting channel. Some days, though, the harvest is just chef's kiss, man. There we go. Yeah, I'm really worried about this timeline. I think it's just going to be like this gut-wrenching realization that grandfather was always gone. And that there's going to be this beautiful moment of clarity just like Nail had. It's going to be this beautiful moment of clarity where they realize that they're free from the enthrallment, but they also realize that it's only as they're dying, and there's that tragedy. You know, it's got to happen with their grandfather. If anything else happens, I'll be very surprised and kind of disappointed, if I'm being honest. I want my balls crushed by good narrative. A tragedy. I call it a tragedy. It's not really the definition of tragedy. It's just sad. Which can still be very cathartic, but I'm also, man, I'm an absolute slut for good tragedy, man. Ugh. There we go. I say, are you not Master Bjeren-Setlas, my lady's most faithful companion? Sinus, sir, at your service, and may I say what an honor it is to meet you. Sure. Fucking Connor. Oh, yeah. It's good. How goes the survey, Deeks? My lady. It shames me to say that I have found no viable path to the fragment. Though it stands there before our very eyes, the way thither has thus proven far impassable. When the fragment fell and pierced the land, it caused a prodigious amount of ether to spew forth. 'Twas this that gave rise to the land's twisted lay, which seems destined to thwart our efforts. Even were an opening to exist, I fear that we would struggle to reach it. Hey, Swiftly, good to see you again, man. We cannot give up. Keep trying. So near and yet so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at the thing. Let us away to Mordona and try another fragment. Perhaps Sinus has fared better. Could be. There are 6 videos with the cat. I need them all. Inject them into my veins. Upon that note, my lady, there is something I must tell you. I'm so sorry to report that I lost contact with my brother just over a bell ago. As you know, the Singing Shard are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them. While I do not wish to cause you undue alarm, I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Deeks. What? Why didn't you... give me strength. We must hurry to my assistant's aid. Yes, off we go, of course. Yeah, yes. Those characters are fun to voice, but I would never do it. Nobody would ever pay me to do that for real. I don't do old well. I can do young. I can't do old. Where the fuck am I going? Rescue Alice's assistant from the Singing Shards. What was that? Hold on. Stop that. What just popped up here? Because this was like further down and then it moved up. Was there... Am I high? Like, these shifted down and then something disappeared and they went up again. Don't tell me what my mount can't do, bitch. All right, Fragment of Truth. Where am I going? Mordona. Ah, that's right. Let's do it. I keep forgetting I can teleport from all the way up here. Is that Rion? No. I saw Catboy on a horseback and was like, that's gotta be it.
I think the thing that was there was a fate.
Ah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Weon, Mr. Catboy. Pet the Catboy. There we go. Aggressive squishing. How goes the Final Fantasy? Swiftly, it's great. We've started the ARR relic quest. Oh no, let me out, you bitch. Okay. Whatever dev put that there, your mom's a hoe. Fuck. Hey, Yiz. My goob. It's good to see you, dude. Wait, where did it... Wait, what? How have I done this? It's good. Yeah, we've started the ARR relic quest purely for the sake of fashion, because the bow I want is actually the final tier of the ARR Bard relic, and I need it for fashion.
I told Yiz that you agreed that he needed to be the insatiable, and he's yelling at me right now.
He's meowing loudly?
He is extremely loudly.
Scoop and squish. That's all you got to do there. Okay, so here's where I am in the MSQ Swiftly. I am right before the big long cutscene at the end of 255. But we're not doing that yet until I have my fashion done, which means we're finishing Hildebrand. We're doing... Is this where I need to be? We're doing all of Hildebrand. We're getting our relic all the way to the last tier, and then we're going to go in looking fly as fuck. So we are like delaying MSQ until that. We also have to finish the final coils of Bahamut. We also need to do the rest of the EX trials and dungeons that are ARR based. We're trying to just wrap everything up very neatly before we push into to Heaven's Ward. Yeah, 2.55. I don't even know what to tell. What just happened? What were we just doing? Moonbrita died, and then... Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to even say. Is that Heaven's Ward? No, we're not into Heaven's Ward yet. It's the last, yeah, it's the last bit of ARR. Yep. Rian's got it. Rian, very smart. Rian, you are welcome to talk if you want to.
The stream delay, though, I'm very scared.
No, because if you start talking, I'll just stop talking until you're done, and then I'll continue.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
Okay.
what you put in chat, people in the VOD may not actually hear, so if you have an answer to something, it's actually beneficial for you to go ahead and interrupt me.
As far as MSQ goes right now, we are in the last, I believe, third or quarter of the remainder of ARR leading into Heaven's Ward.
There we go. Yeah, Wilred, we just found Wilred dead. That's right. Tadaru is being wholesome. We just went on her. Actually, that's the last thing we...
noises.
Oh, hello, Iz. Yeah.
He's being thirsty at me.
And? Neither a problem nor surprising. Why announce it? All right.
He's yelling again.
Good. I keep telling, I don't know who I told last, but I repeat myself constantly, so it's, who knows. Anyway, it just absolutely tickles me that there's a private chat dedicated to screaming at each other when I'm doing the analysis on the plot. Knowing that that's happening in the background just makes me smile every time. I love to know that you guys are screaming.
It's like a circular scream, kind of like telephone. Like one of us will scream at someone and then they'll scream at someone else, and it's just this big echo chamber of just hollering.
It's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where we left off. As Minfili was making final preparations to go to the banquet, Tadaru was trying to become a fighter, and we found Wilred's corpse. Yeah, so I'm being thorough because I really want to... We're being thorough because there's stuff that we definitely want to accomplish before we go Heavensward, because I really want it to be a clean cut. Whenever we start Heavensward, that's going to be the beginning of a new playlist of VODs, and I really want that to be a clean start. If you just want to start watching from Heavensward on, you can just start at Heavensward. Everything else is done. You don't have to look at anything based on ARR at that point. So I think it just works out really nice for the content side of things. It's much more organized that way. But I think it's also just nice to see what is all this other extra stuff that I do want to see. I'm not just here for the MSQ. I really am here for the new player experience that I didn't get the first time I played. Because I rushed through the MSQ, skipped every cutscene. I only did really crafting and playing with the market board. I leveled up to something like 50. I got up to the Garuda fight. I don't think I completed it, and then I just stopped playing because I got busy with other stuff. So I never really actually played the game, and I want to acknowledge something Swiftly said. Swiftly said, I didn't start really enjoying Final Fantasy XIV until the end of post-ARR. I have been told so many times, and I believe them, that everything after ARR just gets better and better and better as far as the narrative goes. But I'm not disappointed in what I've seen here, apart from the lack of development of the main characters. The main cast of Scions has not undertaken a whole lot of dynamic change, and they don't have much depth of personality either. Most of them serve as kind of token characters, which is really disappointing because a lot of the stuff that's happening is really interesting, but the characters themselves are not. Then we get Moonbrita, who's a breath of fresh air because she's great. And then she dies. So she's gone. We get, who else did we get that very recently that I was like, oh, I like this character. They're probably going to die really soon. I can't remember who it was. Yeah. Garaha, yeah. And I'm curious to see where that's going to go with the Crystal Tower. Garaha. Can I hop onto your world and add you? Absolutely, Swifty. Yeah, add me in. We also have a link shell if you want to be able to keep up with us. And of course, we have the Discord. I don't know if you're on there. We have our Discord with a Final Fantasy chat. If you mute everything else, you have the Final Fantasy chat. Mute that too. Fuck, I don't care. It's your Discord. But you can organize and have a group of players that will probably always want to play with you. They can even come over to your world if you want to organize it that way. But yeah, we've got a really nice community of people that like to play together pretty much any hour of the day. So that's great. You're absolutely welcome to join. So it's all good. But yeah, I don't have a lot to complain about with ARR. Given the like, you have to understand, like, when you're, not that you don't, but you know, when you have the task of making the game basically from scratch, and then having to, as I understand it, they had to basically redo everything for 2.0, which is what we understand as A Realm Reborn now. To go through all of the labor of making that from scratch, effectively, to add in the writing is just, it's just like, it's the ice cap on top of the mountain where, yes, it's important, and it really does drive the visual of everything else, but there's so much other work that has to get done that really does take precedence over the quality of the writing at that point. That later, when they're just working on making additions to a working base, you know, they have the foundation set at that point, they can build upon it. A lot more of their attention can go into quality over just having to get the quantity of the foundation out. And I think that's what we're going to see is the natural development. And this is why, like, if you look at a lot of the N64 games, and we talked about this before, the subsequent games, and most of that generation, the subsequent games were much larger than the initial. They were also much better because because they were just running on the same engine. They were the same game. They didn't have to restart anything. They really just kind of touched up graphics and just added a whole lot more shit. I think a lot about Banjo-Kazooie versus Banjo-Tooie. The 100% playthrough, thorough playthrough, even by somebody running fairly quickly, the playthrough is about 30% longer in Banjo-Kazooie and also plays much better. Like, yeah. Can you be added to a link shell across data centers? Don't ask me. I don't know shit. But I'm sure someone else will answer you. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, a lot of establishing the rules of the world, playing out the...
It can be added to a cross-world link shell across data centers, but you have to be on the data center to use it and to be added to it.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. There we go. So, Swiftly, if you just wanted to come in and visit every now and then, or people go and visit you, whatever the case, just ping into the Final Fantasy chat and be like, hey, I'm going to run blah, blah, blah. There we go. But anyway, so you've got that together, which is good. There we go. Yeah, but like in the beginning, you've got to do a lot of building the rules of the world, and it really has all of those, like the basic plotline you would expect to play out with the world. We have the primals, so of course we're going to see that play out. We have the city-states and their dynamics. Of course, we're going to see that play out at a basic level. But once those things get solidified, there really is not much that we can still talk about at that point and have things remain interesting, so we need to add new stuff. So this foundational level is really just kind of playing out the expected plot lines of the world in order to establish them, right? But later on, they're adding new stuff, new dynamics that change and expand the narratives that can be told. And that's where things tend to become very interesting. They're able to just focus on flying at that point instead of just getting off the ground. And I think that's beautiful. I can't wait for it. I'm going to wait for it. I have to wait for it, but I'm excited about it, to say the least. There we go. Okay, anyway. Thank you, adventurer. For a moment there, I feared that my bones were to be ground up and used to bake bread. What? That's an odd thing to be afraid of. I'm relieved to see that you're unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. 'Twas nothing at all, I assure you. If it please you, I shall report my findings. As you can see, though the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. We might try excavating the area around the fragment, but that is like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I am forced to conclude that gaining entry to the fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Confound it, we are losing precious time. What are we to do now? 'Tis I, Urianger. Glad tidings have I for thee and thy, my lady. For a blessing, a way hath been found by which thou mayest enter the remaining fragments of Dalamud. Pray escort Mistress Alice to the cerulean processing plant in northern Thanalan. There all shall be made clear. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, each expansion pulls from a different set of directors and books. It seems like they invite people in as a special writing guest for that expansion. I'm excited for the one that's Yoko Taro, but honestly, I'm excited for all of them. So I remember the lady who wrote the questline for Dark Knight ended up actually getting one of the expansions herself, and as a result, that expansion's also really fucking good. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Urianger has found a way. Then we must go to him at once. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Good deal. Oh no, the cat daddies are finding each other. Yeah, that's what's happening. I almost wish the sink would be at the bottom. Because this is consistent. That disappears and then it's, gone again. My shit's moving around all over the place. All right. Hey, fuck off, dude. You're level 48. You're not even old enough to be here. Where's your fucking ID, mister? In hell. Okay. Off we go. Back to Thanalan anyway. Back to what I was doing. All right, hold on. BRB. I got a voicemail I need to listen to. I've done it. Okay, we're good. I took care of that. Sorry. All right, good deal. Let me... Oh, there's Urianger. What a good boy. Me and my UI? What? What's wrong with my UI? Bitch. Rate it out of 10. I need to get into an actual fight so we can actually sit and look at it for a second, Mine apologies for summoning you thus from afar, my lady, but 'tis here that what? But 'tis here that your journey may finally begin. What? I did wonder. To my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Thanalan. Put that down, sir. Nor are you mistaken, my lady. Yet a pathway doth exist, one which you yourself have made use of in the past. At the conclusion of your several forays into the binding coil, 'twas at the crystal formation which lieth to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? There we go. Yes, an ethereal stream bore us back to the surface. That much I had surmised. Are you suggesting that we could use it to return underground?
My dick.
No! Stop it, Alice! You cannot my dick when Alice is speaking. And even if that shit brain empty, just my dick. And even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places which we have already explored? Why do you hate this? What's wrong? Yes, what's wrong?
Urianger, I hate it.
Did I say that?
No, I'm making a joke. I inserted my name into Urianger. Ha.
Oh, I can't read.
Neither can I, and I hate it.
There we go. It need not, my lady. Pray allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemeth plain that two instrument hulks may share a selfsame ethereal egress. From this we did infer that the others may be connected in likewise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the selfsame stream, in which task we were at length successful. 'Twas then but a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach what we may call the headwater. We propose to employ a modest aetherite which serveth to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. By focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey. Yet be forewarned, my lady, as with all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method entaileth considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost you your life. How many times have we heard that? We're fine. Why do we do this to you, Snake? Because you're fucking cute, that's why. It's so good. Not the tank, oh my god. So good.
Oh my god, not the tank.
That is a risk I'm willing to take. You're brilliant, Urianger. But I am curious. Did you have assistance in forming this plan? I could not help but noticing you repeated use of the word we, unless you have taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. He would, too. There we go. There we go, perfect. Cat, no, listen. Leandri, no be mean to Cat. That is the rule. Rule number 6.9 of chat. No be mean to Cat. Bitch. You are not allowed, you are forbidden from assuming that you're going to be a burden on the team. We are inviting you to play with us. Did you see how long it took us to do T9? The moment Snake did his job, we were successful. The whole thing was just waiting on him to finally learn how to fucking stand in place and get punched in the face. And we did fine. You cannot possibly be more of a burden than me. Okay? I actually don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing. Okay? You're fine. And Snake, we tease you because we know you're good. Yeah. The Titan EX VOD, all of us, every single one of us was shitting the bed. No, Snake, it wasn't you, it was all of us. Every single one of us was absolutely eating ass the entire time we were in that fight. The entire time. Hilarious. I would love to do the fight again just because it was so much fun. The chaos of people getting launched. Like, you never know who's 30 seconds from any given point in the fight.
Eat any ass in that fight?
Oh yeah, I saw you get kicked off. You ate ass.
You saw nothing.
Get the clip. No. At any given point in that fight, you never knew.
To landslides and I missed it?
Yeah, I think you did. At any given 30 seconds in that fight, you would have no idea who was actually going to still be standing 30 minutes from that fight. Not because the fight is hard, but because he's going to lift him's leggy up and then that's going to be the end. That's it. Once we figure that out, though, a lot fewer people died. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, the first time that we were all like, he lifts his leg up, or that the rest of us didn't know that was a mechanic, so then he just stomps and half the fucking field is off the edge and going like, what happened? Yeah, we need to clip that for sure. And then the multiple other times that we thought we knew what we're doing and half the team flies off anyway. Yeah. You get kicked out of the scenes if you idle too long. Yeah. I'll be more thorough. I'm just getting distracted by chat, you know. It's gonna be good. Anyway. Him. Nay, my lady, as you have correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. No? Is he like the memory of Moonbrita? Well, it cannot be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. If some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, then so be it. Oh, did he nod? Oh! Oh! I love them! Oh, there you are. Catboy. Request meld. What does it mean to request meld? There we go.
If you have sockets on your gear and you don't have the ability to meld stuff yourself, Crafter can do it for you.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Oh, that's cool. He is a cat dad. I see so few of these guys throughout the game. It's like everyone who wanted to be everyone who wanted to be Hrothgar ends up just becoming Catboy. Hey, I'm not paying for this. You leave my ear hole alone. Oh, I'm not paying for this. I'm out of here. Yoink. I'm in timeout, no. Perfect. Well, off we go. After all this time, your girlfriend just made a character. Nice. What server?
Timeout for not paying.
I can't say I'm in horny jail. Not even horny. I'm serving your sentence. Got thrown in by the warden.
I am the warden of the jail.
All right, there's Alice. Perfect. Hey, Fern. So that must be the modified aetherite. But what are the immortal flames doing here? There we go. Oh, no. No, don't be him. Those men may be sworn flames of Uldar, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Leveilleur. Don't be brother. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. I knew I smelled him. There we go. Perfect. It's him. Shut up. God, my phone's pissing me off today. What do you want? Stop. It's dinging at me while I'm looking. Fucking get over there. Don't ding at me ever again. There we go. Alphinaud. So it was you who was helping Urianger. Who else could it have been, dear sister? Asshole? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it's offered. Would you not agree? He's 1 degree separated from just being a pure fucking villain. There we go. At the very least, do not be cross with Urianger. 'Twas at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Yeah, I'd be pissed off too if you saw. God damn it! Cat, that one was you. I wish I was a furry too. You know, I keep saying this every time we bring up furries. I wish I was a furry because you know what? I would make so much goddamn money on art commissions. Holy shit! You don't even have to be good at art to make fuckloads of cash doing furry art commissions. Are you kidding me? I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Like I get like dollar signs in my eyes thinking about fuck if I could just be a cute little cat boy. Yeah, we've got a number of furries in the community. We do. They're harmless. Absolutely harmless. Someday I'm going to bend the knee. Someday I'll do it. Just add to my list of titles that don't ever belong together. Yeah, Funkle. There's a number of characters that do that. You know, they're formally called anti-heroes, people that you shouldn't like, but they help you. Yeah. She's a potato. Nice. Nice. Yeah, she's in a different data cluster, right? But that's okay. She could still come over and want to play with us. So if she's brand new to the game, June, you know that's all this community is about. We're all about that. There we go. Is it better if I tell you that it's pupper? Oh, no, I want it. Send me more. There we go. Yeah. There's a different snake. You've got to build up a community of followers. You got to put a lot of work in to be able to get to that point that you're like in reality, like with any art commission job that you have, you've got to build up a community of followers that like your art. You've got to consistently pump it out, and then people will eventually start paying you for it. It's not just like go in, do a stick drawing with a dick on it, and then you get some. Maybe though, I don't know. Furry community defies the rules. in a lot of ways. And one of them is that way. Pretty much anything will sell, from what I understand. And I'm angry that I can't cash in on that because I think I'm good enough to do some decent furry art. If you asked me to do traditional art, I'd be laughed out of any museum. However, the standards for furry art are very low. I may be able to do it. I could also make NFTs, to be honest. That shit's very low. That's like the bottom of the barrel. You get like one base. That's all. Here's how you make a bajillion dollars, okay? You make one base, shitty base of like some shitty 2D front-on-front portrait or whatever the fuck you want to make. And then you just copy and paste and add a hat. Copy, paste, your shirt's yellow now. You do that shit 300 times. You put that shit up on an NFT market, you've got $1 million. You've got a bajillion dollars. NFT bros will buy fucking anything. They'll buy fucking anything. Every time I see an NFT, I look at it and go, what the fuck? I wouldn't want that if it was free. Who's paying for it? Oh, God. Piss me off. Commodity markets as NFTs is stupid because NFT technology itself at the baseline is actually extremely beneficial technology. It's just being used for the dumbest shit. So frustrating. Anyway, off my soapbox. Pray forgive me, my lady, but knowing full well your intent, I judge it meet that Master Alphinaud be informed. For potatoes in the Final Fantasy chat? Hell yeah, there we go. I'm excited about this. I'm now no longer the newest player. Yeah. God, jeez, don't tell me things like that swiftly. I'm just gonna like foaming at the fucking mouth. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courseth yet through both your veins, and if he must needs be struck down... Ooh, don't say that. She's not gonna want to hear that. Do you hear that, Alphinaud? I mean to strike down grandfather, and when I have done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the Ether. Nothing you will say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea, and I will uphold grandfather's legacy. I can't tell you how much I have wanted to see these two butt heads, because I think she is like the exact opposite of him, as we talked about in the past, and I cannot wait to see them both temper each other. She's already, no, she's not the opposite of Alphinaud because she's almost more passionate than he is. She's almost more passionate than he is, and look how much resolve she has to do something incredibly painful for the greater good. She is sacrificing in order for the greater good to be accomplished. Alphinaud's like, I want to be the leader. He's just power grabbing and performing as a leader, but she is actually doing the work of a leader. I don't know. She is every redeeming fact. If you put these two children together, they'd be the best character. A little snarky every now and then from the Alphinaud, and that's his only factor that's interesting. And then the rest of it's just Alice. But do I need her to be snarkier than this? No. Not every character needs to be snarky. They don't all have to be, you know, strong personality. This is strong person. This is strength. You don't have to be snarky to do that. She's just a very well-rounded character. I'm enjoying Alice a lot, and Alphinaud is just like, ugh. You know, the whole idea behind, in Metal Gear Solid, the Liquid and Solid Snake thing was that all of the recessive genes went to Solid Snake, and Liquid Snake was supposed to be the progeny of eugenics, and was supposed to be superior in every way because he was handpicked, selected. All of the genes went over to him, the good genes went over to him, and all the shit ones went to Solid Snake, but Solid Snake actually ended up being better. It's kind of the situation here where all the good personality traits went to Alice, and everything else that was left over, all the trash, went over to Alphinaud. And unlike Metal Gear, the lesser of the two is actually just the lesser of the two. Anyway. Yeah, she's, I would say, Kat, what you're talking about is not impulsive, but yeah, she's more active, she's more proactive about things, she's more determined, she's got more resolve. And I don't know what the word would be, but like she's more willing to act on things and more willing to do. She's not stuck in her head all the time like Alphinaud is. I don't know, there's a lot of, this line right here really solidifies to me the last thing I wanted to see from her, which was passion. I sense the presence of a powerful mark. Oh God. Grandfather's legacy? So you still do not know what yourself... Oh God. So you still do not know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Holy shit. What an awful thing to say to her. So condescending. Borrowed resolve. What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal, and we made it ours, both of us. That is why we came here, unless you have forgotten. Oh. Gods forbid I should ever forget, Alice. But you misunderstand. I do not question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. It's not good enough that she wants to do it. She's got to have a good enough reason for you. Fuck this guy. Yet you cannot, for it is not your resolve, but grandfather's. What, like a shitty little splitting of hairs? What? You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which springs from within. Oh, come the fuck on. He's moralizing to anybody? He just becomes more detestable with every little word that comes out of his mouth. But let us speak of this another time. And once again, she should have fired back at him. Honestly, she should have thrown a fucking shoe at him, gone over there and punched him in the mouth and be like, shut the fuck up, maybe. Consider that. That's my retort. Shut the fuck up. Honestly, if she did that, I'd love her even more. She'd be petty, though. She's above that. I'm not, but she is. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to striking down whatever is left of Grandfather. Because you're just so business-oriented. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As a son of House Levior, I would be present for his final moments. Okay, personal story. Not long ago, several months ago, maybe 6 months or so. It's not recent, but recent enough. My grandmother passed away, and it was a situation where she had gotten COVID, and she was having so much trouble breathing in the hospital. That she had to have a mask, and she didn't like the mask. She couldn't sleep with the mask on. It bothered her too much. At some point in the night, she took the mask off, and because she wasn't getting any oxygen, she had a series, just dozens of strokes throughout her brain, and was basically put into a vegetative state, and was basically only alive because her heart was still beating. And during all of this sort of sudden downfall, there was a decision being made by her children, 4 of them, amongst them to decide what to do. And they ultimately decided to take her off life support and let her go with grace. And God, it's hard to talk about, but it's relevant to this moment, and it reminds me of this. I think it's relevant. Just the kind of asinine gall that he has to say that, to demand that he has any right to be there just because he shares the name. One of my uncles said, "Don't take her off life support until I'm there." She had been on life support for 2 days. The decision had been made, but he demanded that his mother die on his schedule instead of letting her go with grace when the time was right. Because he couldn't be there for it, he demanded, threatening, that they better wait until he's there to do it. What a colossal piece of shit. What an absolute unredeemable douchebag that guy is. That's what it feels like he's doing here. You can't go and do what needs to be done unless I'm there to supervise it because I want to. What the fuck gives you the right, Alphinaud? Seriously. He's just, like, he's so shitty. He's just so shitty. Every time he's just shitty. And, like, here's the thing. You can have characters who are shitty but redeem themselves over time, and that's the whole point of their character. But they can't be so shitty that it's like, I don't care if you get redeemed. Just fuck off. That's where he is. Titus in Final Fantasy X is a character that starts out pretty irredeemably dumb and selfish and short-sighted. The whole point is that he matures over the course of the story, and he does. Vaughn in Final Fantasy XII, reviled by many in the Final Fantasy community for being childish. That's the whole point of his character. Everyone else looks at him, he's constantly having these childish reactions to things, asking Fran her age. God, what were the other ones that he was doing? There were like 3 or 4 different moments where the entire party just looks at him and goes, ugh, You know, what a child. How stupid. You've got a lot of growing up to do. And he still has growth, but he doesn't just snap and do it all at once, but he still has that growth over the course of it. By the end of it, he ends up pretty mature, pretty resolved. He ends up filling the role of protagonist in the way that he couldn't when he was too young to do it. There are a lot of characters in Final Fantasy that end up doing that. They become more likable as they mature. Alphinaud may be too far gone for me. I don't know if there's any amount of maturity he could have that I would come to respect him. Yeah. Oh, Rian, Jesus, yeah. Pulling a family member off life support without consulting anyone and then just fucking telling them about it all through Facebook after the fact. Holy shit. That's a shitty thing to do. That's shittier than what my uncle did. That is shitty. It's so frustrating. Anytime I see shit like that, like, you do not get to command. Like, how arrogant do you have to be that you think that you could just command somebody else's life like that? You command power over someone else's life like that. Oh, it just rubs me the wrong way. I know it's a personal thing, but man, regardless, it would still be shitty, but it hits a nerve with me. Anyway. To be plain, he starts it that way too. Like, if you're too stupid to understand what I'm about to tell you. It frustrates me so much, man. Very well. You may join us on one condition. I make the decisions, which is probably for the best, because she'll make the best decision. She has the wherewithal to make the right decision. If it please my lady, the name's Ikenrad. Really? No one asked. Our preparations are just about complete. When you're ready to embark on your mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the cerulean processing plant. My leg's going. My leg's bouncing like crazy again. That's what happens when I get excited or angry. Yeah. I don't know. I just think that it goes beyond etiquette, but there's an etiquette. There's an etiquette to handling that. And ultimately, the only person who matters is the person who's fucking dying. Everyone else, be included as much as you can. Include those people, anybody who would matter, be included there. But, like, at the end of the day, it ain't about you. It ain't about you. You know? It's not about Alphinaud and his little feelings. It's about what needs to happen down there. And she knows it's not about her feelings. She's past those. He's not. He's prioritizing his feelings over the needs of the group. It's just so frustrating to see. Anyway. Pay no heed to my brother. He's always like this. In fact, nobody likes him, myself included, but I'm his sister, so I can't do anything about it. You can rely on me. We have come far together, and you and I, and together we shall see our journey to its end. I don't want to say triggered, because that has a very specific definition that has a lot of weight to it that should be respected, you know? But, man, I'm like a bull in a china shop at Alphinaud right now. Like, it chokes me up just how... You don't do that shit. All right, anyway. Let's go. What's next? Speak with Erkenrad. Erkenrad. Let me just do this. Get on my mountain, run over there. I did sense a powerful presence. It was two cat boys in unison. Look at them. You're like posing for a family portrait there. You're so fucking cute. Hey, Sabise logged in. Nice. Good deal. Ryuji in Persona 5. Yes, he's another great example. Ryuji from Persona 5. He grows up so much over the course of the story. Yeah, I was pretty fortunate that Fern actually came over and over the course of many weekends played through Persona 5 for me. Well, but I think it was our second or third playthrough even. Maybe more. And it was such a great thing to be able to see that game because it was so well written. I even got to see the DLC as well. Just incredibly well written, honestly. I have a lot of respect for Persona. I've always wanted to go back and watch a 100% playthrough. Maybe not 100%, but I've always wanted to go back and watch a playthrough of Persona 4 because I know that game is so fondly remembered by so many people. I have no idea. You know, it's got to be good if the public reception is anything to go by. I've been waiting for you, Master Bjeren-Setlas. Well, fuck you, lady. I had things to do. I'm pleased to say that the Aetherite's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining intermittent hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Thanalan and Mordona. It's to the former that we'll be sending you first. Now, you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. The drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Best be prepared for anything for Milady's sake, if not your own. And that's all I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, just give me the word, and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return just to be on the safe side. Okay. You did both Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royale 100%, both for you. And wow, you've played it 4 times. Holy shit. Nice, Fern. Well, I hope you know, and I'm sure you do, how much I appreciate you sharing those playthroughs with me. I really look forward to them. Like the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 100% playthrough was like, fuck. I cherish those memories. Going down the checklist and rolling the dice and all the drama of which blades we got in what order. I can't wait for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I was saying this to you. I almost don't want to watch your first playthrough, because if there's ever going to be a 100% playthrough, that I want to see that. Not that I don't want to see it twice, but just the experience of seeing the 100% playthrough as my first was such a joy. Anyway, just know you have an audience. Whatever you want to play. Okay. I've been particularly enjoying your playthrough of 3 Hopes recently. See, here's the thing. Fern doesn't know it, but she's actually a content creator, but she's got an audience of me. It's just so good. It's good for me. I get like a front row VIP seat to whatever Fern's playing at the time. It's great. Although I don't know if I should be saying this because you're going to squish. Maybe I shouldn't have just stop talking before you turn inside out. All right. I wasn't paying attention. I'm pretty sure this is open.
It's open.
Oh, yeah. No, not that. Here. Aha! Final coil turns 1 through 4. Nice. So how many of these last turns, 10 through 13, how many of these are just boss fights?
All of them.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I'm glad we're not dealing with just like, hey, here's 5 mobs as you jump down this parkour course.
That was just 2 in the first.
It's seared into my brain as the majority of the coils.
We could go do it again.
No! Don't make me do it. Hey, Raven. All of them are boss fights. I'm glad. I love the boss fights. Oh, they've been so much fun. Okay. I've accomplished that. Coils are open. Now it's time for Hildebrand.
Are you saying you didn't like the elevator boss?
No, because I went the wrong fucking way, and ever since then, I'm scared of elevators. I don't know how elevators work. The jump puzzle would have been fun if it was a puzzle. I was just following the cat boys, but I accidentally ran too far forward one time and got knocked over the wrong way. It's time for Hildy Silver. You can whip it out now.
Is how elevators work. He's a pro at going down.
Oh. Nice. But is he also a pro of getting it up?
Yes.
Oh, poor Yiz. Poor Yiz. Yiz is one of those Horny Jail guards that lives at the jail, so they're practically a prisoner in Horny Jail, but they can never leave. There's no sentence for them. They get paid to stay there, and they're never allowed to leave. Also, Silver, what was the story of that horse portrait that was on the wall? Where the hell were you that monstrosity was something you had to look at for more than a half a second? That's just working at Rikers? Oh, geez. I can't imagine being a prison guard. Those people have a very hard fucking job. Yeah, I can't. It's one of those jobs. I don't know how they find people. I don't know how you find people who are brave enough to be able to do that job, disciplined enough to be able to survive it, and also able to make the sacrifices that those people do in order to even just do it at a foundational level, let alone doing it well. You just got to be a certain kind of person. Like, holy shit. I imagine probably people coming out of the military could find that a job with a lot of transfer skills. Not that it's something that would be easy for them, but they probably have a lot of those skills built up from working in the military. I can't imagine anyone else coming out the street like, I'm going to go to college. I'm not going to go to college. Never mind. I'm going to go be a jailer. Like, come on. Fuck me. I couldn't do it. You were just at a pho restaurant? What the hell, Silver? Oh, no. No. He comes back to haunt my dreams. He probably sounds that way. Yes, climb onto me. We shall go together and plant some flowers. Please put your hand in mine. Fucking salad fingers, that's what it is. Oh, he's got little owl friends. Performing a fucking seance to get him unpossessed.
Those are his children, though.
Please, children, free me from this torment. Take my corpse's sustenance, I will be free. So fucking awful. There we go. If we tease he is the horny cat boy, does that mean cat sled is off the hook? No, yeah, you're in double. That's right. It's exactly right. Yiz knows. It's like, you gotta run tandem. You can't just do it alone. Where the fuck am I going? Holy shit. Oh, I'm off to Hildebrand. Okay. Is that this? Is this the Hildebrand quest? Hold on. This doesn't look like Hildebrand. No, this is a dungeon. Okay. No, it's not that. Nope. Do I even have it? Hello? I don't actually know how to continue Hildebrand. I'm too dumb. There we go.
Did you forget to pick up the next part?
I might have. I don't know where to go now. I'm a lost boy. Help. Let me look at what I completed. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Okay. No. No. Side quests.
It's gonna be under the side story quests. At the top, the light blue marker. And it'll be in that first section called Hildebrand quests.
You're so helpful. Thank you. Okay. Alas, you soon discover that there are mysteries in this world.
I think you're going to be looking for back in the saddle, which is in Ulda.
I'm pretty sure I saw that one. Here we go. Question the residents of Ulda and the steppes of Nald. Eager to resume his activities as an agent of inquiry, Inspector Hildebrand departs for Ulda in search of a new case. Though you would be entirely justified in leaving him to his own devices, it would be understandable if curiosity compelled you to do otherwise. Consider questioning the residents of Ulda for any information regarding the inspector's activities or recent incidents which may draw his attention. Ah, that's exactly it. Okay, let me make sure this is marked so we know it's one that we're actually doing. The other one is Serious Business, which is just opening a dungeon. I also need to turn Wrath of Karn in. Hey, it's so much fucking work. Oh my god. Who knew playing a video game would be so laborious? There we go. Thanks for the help, guys. It's weird. Okay, I don't know if this is like a hot take, but do insane asylums actually serve any function?
Just think, when we finish doing all of this for ARR, we get to do it again for Heavensward.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am so excited.
The argument being like, insane asylums are to put criminally insane away. But are we still putting people away that are just like really fucking depressed or manic or something? I don't know. Is the concept of an insane asylum something that we need in our society, or is there like other ways? Not that our asylums and our jails are used for anything other than literal slavery. You know, we're not rehabilitating anybody.
Shout out to Girthius Maximus.
Whoa. Nice. Let me see if I can find any other good names. I can't fucking read. What am I talking about? That's a talk for another time. There we go. What? The Way of the Samurai? Oh, fuck off. No, 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 no. Agnes? Is it you? Oh, there you go. Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running around dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. Well, he is a pervert by far. Have you seen him pose? Oh, shout out to Girthius Maximus of Goob Clan. In fact, we are in the presence of royalty. You have to pay your simp tax as you pass by. All right, there we go. Nice. I'll talk to this guy, Silver Nettle. What a name. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector of yours, tell him to do something about the goddamn duelist. My mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Oh. Okay, oddly specific. There we go. Imagine having the first name Berserker. Nice. The Pompadour is what really seals it, I agree. Icarus Lunar Tier. XX. You know? That's an... So names fall into 4 categories. Lore friendly. Memes. Then you have roleplay names. And then you have roleplay names from Yahoo chats in 2003. Those are the ones that like underscore XLX on the ends. That's one of them. Then you got Waffle Hero over here, who is in fact all over Hero. Unless you're a fan of Pancake Hero, in which case you're welcome to go die in a hole. But that's okay. Sorry, lad, but if it's my information you want, you'd best be served by going to Wymond. The only rumors I've heard about are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. Oh, that's Yojimbo. Yojimbo does that. He fights people and takes their weapons. Yeah, calls himself a duelist, or so I hear, but when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well, yeah. We're gonna meet Yojimbo. Nice, I've wondered where he was, because we get him in the, obviously we get him in the Gold Saucer when he does the one event. But I wonder if we're gonna see, like, man-sized Yojimbo here. Is this Hildy? Yeah, Rapik. There you go. Yeah, and the alternate, you know, every vowel is capitalized, but nothing else is kind of name with XX underscore. Fuck, I miss those days. Oh, the messenger chat room role plays. I would skip school. You'd be like, Mom, I can't go to school. My stomach hurts. And she would ask me, are you going to make it? I'd be like, no. And then she'd be like, okay, go back to bed. And then as soon as she left the room for work, onto the computer, it's time. It's straight 8 hours role-playing. 8 hours straight until she came home. And then I'd go back in bed and be like, I'm feeling better now. Get up and play video games. It's nice. I wasn't allowed to role-play, which is why I had to sneak home to do it. Because obviously she didn't like the idea of me, a 12-year-old, talking with random strangers on the internet. And she was right, I met a lot of fucking creeps. But I ignored it. I was 12. It went on. I was just trying to be a nerd with other people, man. The characters I made were so fun. They were so fun. Anyway, sorry, a little nostalgia there. I kind of want to, I've said this before, but I kind of like the idea of getting a group together and just pretending it's 2002 again. I've even in the past considered getting an actual honest to God flip phone. I miss them, and not for nostalgia. I was talking to actually to my boss. I was talking to my boss about this, how I used to be able to type so quickly on the physical keyboard on a BlackBerry while watching something else. I only had to look at the phone to see what the message was, and then I'd look away and I'd be chatting. I'd be talking to somebody, typing on my phone, and listening to something else in the background, and be able to have like 2 or 3 conversations going on all the time. And I missed being able to do that, because now with the phone I have to stare at it to make sure I'm hitting the right button and not saying like sausage pancake bullshit instead of what I'm actually trying to type, and it still doesn't help. Anyway. Yeah. Do I intend to read the short stories when I complete ARR? You know, I don't know, Funkle. I haven't really considered opening up any of the para material. I generally try to focus only on the narrative elements that are presented as a sort of purist approach. Because it's hard to draw the line between what para materials do I consider relevant or valid to read, and what do I feel is too much background information that isn't necessary to the plot. How do you navigate between those things? Ultimately, I like to stay focused on what is presented, how is it presented, and that being the entire cynosure that we have to look through. If we start opening the door to other stuff coming in, then it just becomes this unfathomable volume of stuff that has to be chewed through, or you have to pick and choose what is and isn't worth it, and it just becomes an impossible decision. So I've always found that the focused approach is pretty... Is that Raven? I see a chickie boy back there. There you are. I saw the head turn toward me, and I knew. I knew. There we go. Glad I finally got that invite. There we go. I saw the chicken turn toward me and I knew it was time. Anyway, having a flip phone and an old BlackBerry, not even a flip phone, just an old BlackBerry would be good. Texting with people, doing role play in old Yahoo chat rooms, got to be great. That'd be fantastic. Going back in a little CRT TV. Maybe not that. It's just shit TV. Playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time. Oh, when that trailer came out, I was it was between that and Jack and Daxter, I think. It was one of those where Mom was like, you can get one for Christmas. Which one do you want? I'm like, Kingdom Hearts. And so began the downhill trend, the slope downhill. I was absolutely consumed by Kingdom Hearts though, man. I absolutely loved it. It was the most beautiful mix of easy to access Disney, but also the cool factor of Final Fantasy before I even knew what Final Fantasy was. It was just so like mind blowing, the creativity. I was like, wow, this is so cool. Pretty good. I did a lot of Kingdom Hearts roleplay back in the day. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted tonight. I'm squirrely. It's okay. Yeah, you were part of an author's fan forum. There were huge roleplay threads. Man, those were the days. I did the Wild West roleplay, as in everyone just made their own characters, and it wasn't based in any like cohesive lore, like co-lore. Like it wasn't a bunch of us doing like Harry Potter roleplay. It was just fucking everybody from everything all the time. You're running into fucking Kagome and Inuyasha over there like fucking behind the tree, but you're over here with like some other thing. And oh man, it was fantastic, especially when you found somebody who was actually role-playing from the same fandom, and then you'd go into like the private chats and you'd have your one-on-ones. That was good stuff. You want to know where I first got cut my teeth with literature analysis? It was role-play, because I was so fucking judgy. I had a very few select group of people that I enjoyed role-playing with because they were good writers. I could read their stuff and not go, ugh, you know. Once I found those people, ooh, it was good, man. Interesting, Funkle. I will ultimately leave it up to the community at large, probably filtered through Rianya's, Fern or Leandri to kind of, as a committee, decide if there's any paramaterials that I should go through that would be worthwhile enough to do. Because I'm not disinterested. It's just hard to focus the analysis if I start opening up to paramaterials. Rian, nice. It's so good, yeah. It's so good. What a time to be alive, and the beautiful space in between. You can run outside and play for hours, and the only way that your parents know you're coming home is because you came through the front door, and so you're kind of off the hook. The beauty of being an 80s and 90s kid, but then you also still had a little bit of the technology to be able to connect with people, even though what you could do with it was really limited. I remember asking my mom permission to go onto a website that had games on it because the TV said, ask your parents for permission before going online. I can still hear it. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was to play a Lilo and Stitch beat 'em up. Oh, I wanted to play a Lilo and Stitch beat 'em up, so I went and asked my mom permission. And again, her question was, will you be talking to other people, or are you just doing this alone? Be like, it's just games on my own. Yeah. She's like, okay. Man, parents in the 90s had no idea what we were getting into on the internet. Like, there's just no way for them to. They didn't really have a concept of it. They weren't the ones doing it, but just so hilarious the way things played out, man. The short stories Encyclopedia Eorzea and the Near Reincarnation crossover, which drops a small lore grenade. Interesting. We may... Ivana Thickbooty, nice, great name. I'll look into it. Funkle, if you make a list of recommendations that you think would actually be really meaningfully beneficial or really entertaining for me to go through and break down and analyze, yeah, make the recommendations. And if the community at large agrees that it's something we want to see, I'll do it. I'm totally fine with that. Dial-up. I was so lucky. We didn't get a computer until kind of later than other kids did. I came in with DSL. We launched with DSL, where they mailed us a disc. I still have it, SBC Global, a yellow disc, and you had to do that to get the browser because there was no other way, obviously, to get it. And man, I remember the technician coming over and installing it, and then discovering we had it. We had to set up our email. My fucking email was, I kid you not, anime thingy at sbcglobal.net. That was it. I can't access it. I'm sure it's gone by now. I'd love to know what's in there. Holy shit. I think my password was like hot dog something. Please crack it so I can get into it too. My mom still uses hers. I long transferred over to Gmail. Pretty much as soon as it was open, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Secret email accounts. The intrigue was mind-blowing. Oh man, nostalgia trip. For any of the actual Zoomers, I'm not going to say you guys missed out because you're getting some really cool shit that you're growing up with that you're going to be like, ah, man, those were the days. I hope you do. You missed out on some really cool experiences, but so did we. So does every generation. Don't get sad over that. Your mom still uses her SBC Global email? Yeah. The thing is, though, I don't know how you have an email for that long and it's still manageable. How do you have an email for 20, it's 15 to 20 years and then it's not just filled to the brim with bullshit? How? There we go. Yeah. Service going strong. I don't know how. I don't know how. It's incredible. Man, anyway. All right, let's play the video games. You know, that would have been a great topic for going and doing fake grinding, actually. That would have been fantastic. Funkel, that is half my chat what you just posted. Damn, dude. Okay, let me read this and I'll get back to the quest. I would say to just do short stories. They're sorted, sorry, I can't read. They're sorted by expansion, so as long as you read them after completing each one, you won't spoil yourself. So there is an ARR short story that I could read that would really add something, but wouldn't spoil me for anything in Heavensward. Encyclopedia Eorzea, while greatly entertaining, is hard to come by, and purely optional lore that gives more detail on basic functions of the world would probably not classify under my standards. The Near Reincarnation crossover is monster spoilers until you've at least made it to Endwalker.
Okay, two things. The short story thing for ARR, it's a collection of short stories. There is more than one. Encyclopedia Eorzea, if you're interested, I can cut and paste various assorted parts of it like I did for Nail. That's what that was from, that thing that I sent you.
Yeah. Yeah, and so just for the sake of posterity, I do know why Nail von Ligmo was actually a girl in that armor, even though it was clearly supposed to be a boy up until that point. I know that now. It's apparently not going to be explained. Rion said it's not going to be explained for another couple expansions, but that was just too, that's just too big of a turn not to have an explanation for, and I still think it's a failure of the story not to explain that, because it would have been very easy to explain right there, to tell me what Nail's backstory was, because it was quite compelling. I think it would have been beautiful to have in that moment, as we're all wondering, wait, who the fuck are you talking about? Because not answering that question was frustrating enough that I actually went to look it up.
For the longest time, the thing with Nail was it was just translation error.
And I could believe that. But it was so persistent, and then Urianger specifically says, no, that's a her. Like, specifically, there's no possible way that's a translation error. That's an explicit call to it, yeah? So it was so frustrating. I'm so glad you told me.
Okay. The thing is in the beginning it was translated wrong. Okay? And so to fix it, quote unquote, fix it, they just kind of bandaged text later. So because for the longest time it was just always understood that this was a translation error, whatever. The stuff you learn later was added later. So yeah.
So was that line was Urianger's line a later addition, do you know?
I believe it was corrected, because up until that point it was never addressed. He always said her, and other people did he, and so, but yeah, it gets explained. Yeah. Okay.
That explains why it was backfilled later on. But I still don't find that satisfying.
Well, because the thing is too, is there's a lot of information you're missing from that time period, because on the forums people made a big huff about it. The forums were very active during this time, and they still kind of are to a degree, but not for the same reasons. So content like this, where it was translation error, people argued about it on the forums, and then the dev team for the forums had to step in and explain, oh, well, this is what we're doing about it. This is just a translation error, just ignore it. So there was a lot of shit happening on the forums at the time. You really didn't have intervention from Yoshi P or higher up until later on, and Koji Fox too, for when Encyclopedia Eorzea was released. So you had a lot of stuff happening in the background on the forums, not related to the game. People who played the game complained, and it was just a whole lot of things.
Yeah, thanks for that background. Interesting. So it seems like it was just kind of a bungled mess from the beginning, and not even that, it was just a simple translation error that became a fucking mess because of the forums.
Yeah, because you had people who were like, oh, we have representation now in the game, thank goodness. And then you had other people who were like, no, this isn't representation, this is what they've said, this was just a translation error, blah, blah, blah. So you had so much shit happening on the forums, and if you weren't active on the forums, you did not know this was happening.
Right, yeah. Oh, that I didn't even consider that angle, that it was going to be seen as trans representation. Yeah. So there definitely were some stakes for some people for this to go one way or the other.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you had the forum dev team kind of stepping in and like, no, just relax. It was a translation error. And then you had people who were like, this could be really good trans representation.
Yeah.
You should leave it as is. And then you had the other side going, oh, but it was just a translation error, blah, blah, middle finger, whatever.
Right.
And it was just a whole debacle, and it went haywire very quickly.
Yeah. Man, it's interesting that we're talking about this here. I didn't expect this to really be what it is about. It's so much more interesting, sort of the social politics that play behind it. But actually, in my Far Cry 6 playthrough, there's trans representation, like explicit trans representation, and somewhere in the recording, and I don't think it'll make it to the final play, but I was talking about, and you guys correct me because it's not, I'm not automatically right just because I have opinions. I was really discussing the merits of whether pointing out that a character is trans, is that helping or hurting? The idea that if the idea of equality is that we stop caring about it, is making a character that's so, the only part of the character is that they're trans, or the most important part of the character is that they're trans, does that help or hurt the cause, so to speak? I'm curious to know your opinions. You don't have to answer either. I don't mean to put you on the spot. If you're not comfortable talking about it, absolutely just say so or don't answer.
No, like for me personally, I think that reducing a character down to whether they're trans or not is it really hit or miss depending on the person. For me personally, I don't feel like a character should be reduced down to whether they're trans or not. If they are, fantastic. I feel like that's good representation. But I would also want it to be naturally introduced into narrative, not dead name, not, oh, they're trans, or introduced when you meet the character, oh, they're trans. That's the first thing you know about them. Yeah. I hate when narratively characters are just dropped as a representation. That's all they are. They don't have any other purpose other than, oh, look, they meet the status quo. Yeah. And so when it was introduced that this was a translation error or this was trans representation, to me, it didn't feel like trans representation. I always got a feeling that there was something else attached to it, but it didn't feel good representation. And again, I don't feel like dropping a character down to what's between their legs is all that important. The character themselves is what's important narratively. Yeah, absolutely. And as Funko kind of mentioned, there was a lot of threads from 1.0 that didn't get tied up very well. Some of it was very sloppy, or a lot of stuff just got dumped. And I feel like this instance with Nail was one of those. It was not really thought about past this point. Like, oh, tidbit, but nothing interesting. And so it left the door open for trans representation, but it's not good representation in my opinion.
Yeah, and actually, I'm really glad to hear you say that, because it what I was talking about in the recording was that there's a character who really their only point of that character is that they're trans in a fascist state, which it's good to make that commentary because that is very true to real life. But every time they open their mouth, it's about that. They really don't have anything else that matters to them. And even it's all their character is, and they really are boiled down to token trans person, which I agree, I don't think helps anybody, because the people who are resistant to equality are going to see this as what they often say, the phrasing is shoving it down their throat. And for trans people, it, I imagine, would be like, there's so much more to it than that. Please talk about any of the other stuff than just that.
Yeah, and the thing is I feel like there's so much that's attached to Nail as a character. If you didn't play 1.0, you're not going to know any of it.
Right.
There's just a tidbit for people who come into Coil, and you meet her at the beginning of the second section, and then she dies at the end of the second section, and you get like 3 lines worth of important dialogue for her, and that's it. That's all you get. You don't get anything else. We didn't have anything for years. And then it feels kind of gross. To me, as a player who enjoys the lore and proactively looks for representation in media, it felt gross. It feels grimy. I don't want to associate with it. I don't want to touch it. Not because I don't like that character. I think she's awesome. But it feels gross to me as a person who I identify as trans and non-binary. It's gross. It feels like I don't want to touch it. And I feel like a lot of players who are desperate to find representation in media, because there is very little, cling on to anything they can find, whether it's good or bad or gross, or makes them how they make them feel. And while I know my view as a player and an artist, I like to see certain things. Not everyone cares. If there's representation for them, it may be just enough for them to cling on to and enjoy, and that's good. I don't want to shit on that moment for them.
Right.
Just for me personally, it didn't feel good. It felt gross, and I would have rather it been just a writing error, translation error, than anything else.
Yeah. I think that's really insightful. The difference between good and bad representation is so hard, because even well-intentioned writers can do very damaging representation, and especially when everything is so hostile, that representation needs to be very effective. Otherwise, it can actually hurt more than it helps. I'm always really a stickler about bad representation when I see it, which is why I stopped and talked about that moment in Far Cry 6, because it was so egregiously negative to me. The character was whiny and only cared about themselves, only cared about their own needs, and it was because they were trans, and they were rightfully afraid for their life. But this character had no redeeming qualities and was also a pain in the ass because they were trans, and that's horrible representation. It's the last thing we need to see. Ugh. Yeah, and
I've never played Far Cry. It was not a game that was on my radar, and it was not something I was interested in, but I've heard things about it, and I feel like it's not the only game that has that kind of response too. Like, there are characters who are just checkbox, and it feels gross when your character just exists to fill a quota, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like narratives where if the character is trans, they're just introduced as a person, because then you get to know that person. Yeah. Their gender identity and how they represent and how they feel, sexual representation, anything like that can be left for later, and it should be. Yeah. In my opinion, I don't feel like that should be what they're known for if a character is trans or non-binary or however they choose to represent. And it feels to me gross when the first 5 seconds of meeting a character, you know their gender, what they like to sleep with, it feels gross. Yeah. And I would rather get to know them organically and then get to know those more intimate parts, because to me, as somebody who has struggled their entire life with how they identify and how they see themselves, it's hard for me to attach to media and to people who represent the same as I do. If I can't connect on that, okay, they've struggled the same way that I have, or at least in a similar pattern. Yeah. I feel like people who struggle to identify either come from very broken situation mentality, or they like their home life is not very good and so they struggle with themselves, or they have parts of their life that are absolutely placed upon them by their parents and they can't get out of it, and they're caged, and so to express themselves is to identify differently, or this is how they feel. They felt this way their whole life. I think it varies by person. And again, in media especially, I understand where having that representation in media is important. I believe everyone should be able to look at the television and see themselves, or read a book and see themselves. But if it's done in a way that's gross or harmful, that's not helping. Media will take advantage of that. They're going to take advantage of the desperation in a person or in a group of marginalized people and just use it to their advantage. And that too is gross.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's exploitation at its worst, honestly. And at the expense of the community that's being represented there poorly. Which now I understand better how, just being able to check the box that Nail would have been trans just doesn't, it's the worst kind of representation, because people are fighting for it, but it's ultimately meaningless. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with her character, ultimately. It's just there. Yeah. It's a struggle. I mean, there's a fine line between how do we write these characters that are rich and engaging, and then at some point, the audience has to earn what is a very intimate understanding of somebody, and like you said, it shouldn't be the first thing you know about somebody. That, I think, is the goal. That, like I said, there's a goal for many. I think that equality means that we stop caring about it. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's that we just stop caring about it. It stops becoming a factor in how we perceive each other and how we value each other. So if it ends up being a defining factor of a character's interest level or value, or they're only valid to the story because they happen to check off that box, it's really negative. Like, why is that the first thing we need to know about you? I think everyone across the board, even the bigots, would agree it's not what we want to know about you first. For them, it's not what we want to know about you either, and we want to throw you off a building. But even on the liberal side, even on the understanding side, there can be such difficulty in understanding that character comes first, like you said. I think that's such a good assessment. Yeah.
And sorry to kind of hijack the thread of convo here, but I also feel like people who take characters who may not normally identify a certain way, like in this case, I'll use the examples of the NPCs because those are more familiar to people and players. If people take those characters and make them identify a certain way in their own stories, in their own headcanons, in their own representation, they're seeking that representation and they're making it for themselves, I feel like that's good too. These characters are left ambiguous in that way, that people who are part of fandoms and who headcanon certain things can do those things, and I think that's healthy too. Bigots want to bitch and complain about stuff, they're going to have all kinds of things to bitch and complain about stuff.
They will.
People who say Y'shtola is like a lesbian or Thancred's gay, whatever, it doesn't matter. If that's what makes that person happy, that's representation they're seeing in themselves, plus the other things that they enjoy, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like you have to say this character is absolutely 100% gay. Why? Why does that need to be there? If this person wants to ship their character with whatever, just let it happen. I think that's organic too in its own way.
Yeah, I agree. I like the idea that in media, much like a game is meant to be fun, media is meant to be enjoyed. And if you can be more ambiguous, which is good writing anyway, there's a level of ambiguity that's necessary to make a story interesting and compelling, because you invite the reader to use their imagination to fill in those holes and to chase the leads and to ultimately come to a conclusion that makes them feel satisfied. And if that means that you need to fill in your own identity for some of these characters. I mean, I do that all the time, and there are certain characters that I only love because I secretly think that they would be canonically gay if it came down to it. And, or not, or any other configuration of identities that really is interesting to watch them and go, okay, I see you.
Yeah, and I mean, to go back to the main topic, I feel like Nail was just a situation that was exacerbated from between the devs and the forums and people who wanted representation so badly in a game that was still really popular.
Yeah.
That was growing in popularity at that time. I think they wanted it so badly they were just clinging to straws. Which, again, if you don't have representation at all in anything, you have that desperation. You want to see yourself so badly.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
People forget that you are the player character. You can make your character however you wish. And you can write them however you wish. You should be allowed to do that. You have that ambiguity. You have that. And clinging on to NPCs, you shouldn't have to do that. Make your character as flamboyant as you want them to be. They're yours. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Whether or not the world is established as it is, you should be allowed to do that.
Yeah. I think over time, games and writers and, you know, media producers around the world and you know, multimedia, I think that they're going to eventually bend towards that. But I think that we're just seeing some growing pains across the board where there's such a lack of representation that the standards become so low because people will be grateful for any representation, even if it's harmful. Yeah,
and I feel like that's what happened with Nail as a whole.
Yeah.
It was literally just an error in translation and stuffing, something that was never really explained or even maybe planned to be embellished upon.
Yeah.
And people wanted it so badly they just clung to it.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, though, insightful conversation I'm glad we got to have. I still just wish that they would come back in and add one line of dialogue that explains that.
Yeah, no, it would be so helpful. Like, there's points where I feel like it could be mentioned in the first part. If all we're going to see of her is in the second coil, then boom, you have it right there. Like, it's mentioned, oh, that's not him, that's her. And then maybe it's explained in a cutscene right as we're fighting her, whatever. That would set a lot of discomfort to rest, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Funkle says, I remember seeing that in the 90s and early 2000s with the homosexual community, and I would agree. I remember being, I think 14, exactly 14, and seeing the TV channel Logo, the Logo channel, which was a queer TV channel, and I remember finding it in the TV guide and not opening it, but knowing it was there. I was like, is that okay? Are we allowed to do that? And then one day when I was home alone, I watched it. It was boring. It was stupid. It was like some stupid sitcom that you couldn't laugh at if you tried, but it was there. And I was like, holy shit, that's something that's allowed. You know, when you're immersed in media, that's always about the guy getting the girl, and I'm just sitting here going like, I could not care less. I still to this day have a strong bias against characters that are motivated by love. Because I just don't understand it at all. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, Panda says, I like the way that Destiny did it with Saint 14 and Osiris. They put the lore books that they were gave, but overall in the game, it didn't really impact gameplay or the story much. Yeah, which I think is good, and I don't even think it's, you know, I can hear the critics of that saying, why would they do that to these characters if it wasn't important to the story? Why even talk about it? And I think there's a potential of validity to that. You know, there's a kernel of truth to it. You know, that if it really isn't important, why are we talking about it? If it isn't relevant to the story, it doesn't belong in the story. If it doesn't move the plot forward, it doesn't belong in the narrative. That's just a rule of good narrative. But I don't think there's anything wrong at all about being able to go in and add in the back end, you know, in paramedia, you know, expansions upon characterization, backstories that we didn't have time for in the main narrative, this additional lore that goes on to the story, you know, and giving further identity to the character is good. Simply stating that they were in a relationship together is no different than saying any other two characters might have had a relationship in the past or currently or even in the future, you know. But the fact that it's a queer couple ends up always being the point of contention. It's like, why do we have to see that? Well, I have been watching random straight people kiss. Not even love each other, just kiss for the fucking sake of it. I've been watching them do that my entire life. I've never known a teacher that didn't talk about their significant other unless they were queer, in which case you weren't allowed to know because it would ruin their eligibility for a job. I mean, it was even something where my old students, when I was still teaching in a classroom, they always asked me if I had a girlfriend. I said no. And then one student would ask me if I had a boyfriend, and I did not have a good reaction to that. I froze because I was like, you know. You know, and I don't have an answer for that question. It was so embarrassing for me, and I just said no. I froze, and then I said no. And I ended up eventually playing it off after much too long a delay to be convincing, but I said, I'm just married to my job, and that's where I want to be right now. But yeah, I mean, when you're immersed in your own element, and this is what happens with bigots, is and John Stewart actually had a really good breakdown of this, as he's been exploring a lot of issues of embedded racism and systemic racism, where he's talking about how there can be this knee-jerk reaction from people that have never had to consider a marginalized perspective to see it suddenly, or to see it at all. Maybe the feeling that you are being pushed out somehow. And it's this king of the hill syndrome. Hey, Murgo. It's this king of the hill syndrome, where if you are not on top, you're at the bottom. And that any movement toward the bottom is catastrophic. I mean, it's the whole thing where, like, the whole replacement theory being the foundation of what's going on here in America, and its massive resurgence. It's something that even on a subconscious level, people can emotionally register with, even if they don't identify themselves as bigots. And it's how, quote, good people can be misled into supporting, evil shit. Is that they don't realize that they're doing something evil. They're just reacting at a gut instinct that what's happening is bad for them, mostly because they've probably gotten propaganda about it. I mean, if Frackle were here, he'd be blowing my chat up. But anyway, it's so interesting, and there are such great consequences to the way we write characters and the delicate skill that comes in making representation for characters that is meaningful and accurate, hopefully achingly accurate, but is also still like honest representation. It doesn't have to be good or bad representation. I try to use the term honest representation, because if I read a story that has honest representation of a certain demographic that I don't belong to, it gives me a beautiful opportunity to sort of peek behind the curtain on what it is like to be those people, what it is that they go through, that they think about, the way that they see the world. That's what empathy really comes down to. But you can't just imagine it. You have to see it. That's why media is so important, is we see these representations of these lifestyles and these demographics and stuff. That if it's done well, if it's done honestly, it can be eye-opening. If it's done as a synthesis, even if it is trying to be healthy, can still be dishonest and can still be hurtful in the end. It's really difficult to find that balance. And I think it's something that, as media is happening, I think it's only just now really that some are even broaching that conversation and not even really sticking the landing. As in the case with Far Cry 6, there are a number of queer characters that are like painfully tokenized, that the only part of their personality that you're meant to pay attention to is them peacocking their queerness out. It's difficult to watch because I'm embarrassed. It's like, for me, it's embarrassing. It's like, I don't know. It's like falling on my face in the middle of public, or my best friend goes out and makes an ass of himself when he's drunk or something. I'm just fucking embarrassed for them, and I'm embarrassed for myself when these characters are just put painfully in the center when they don't need to be there. Like, man, I look at it and it's like, this does not make me look good. This does not make people like me look good. It isn't an honest representation of anybody that I know. It paints us as looking almost like a comical character, boiled down to a caricature of what it's like to be queer. It doesn't help anybody. It hurts, because then it just boils everything down to the stereotypes that we already have to compete with in order to be seen as dignified human beings. I can't even imagine having to deal with the pressures of being trans, which is like, I don't know. It's a whole layer worse than being queer. People are like, yeah, we still like secretly want to shoot queers in the head. We're not going to say that out loud, though, unless you're a Texas Republican, in which case you hear that shit going to Walmart. But with trans people, there's a solid resistance. There is a solid hardline resistance to that shit. It's so frustrating to see. I mean, I'm hoping sometime in our lifetime we could just fucking be people, and be fucking people. Any order of those words is great. Anyway, let's play some video games. I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! Look at you. Put some clothes on, motherfucker. Thal Almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen and they're walking the streets of Uldar. Yeah. You didn't derail at all. At all. Thank you for adding to the conversation as you did. It's always wonderful to hear a perspective that isn't mine or is outside mine, you know? Not that I disagree with anything you said, but like, I'm not trans, so I don't get that perspective as well as somebody who is. So thanks for sharing. That's what I meant to say. God, I botched that thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to push you, Rion, to have to say something. It's not like, get up on the stand, represent yourself, hold out your right hand. You swear on these dicks that you swear to tell the truth. You know, not helpful. Not going to push anybody to have to take that conversation if they don't want to. All right. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true. He's not a zombie. I checked. Hey, Dead Seth. Good to see you, man. You do seem to be hale and healthy, which begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall?
My dick.
Why question my dick? All that matters is Eorzea's champion has returned, harder than ever, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice, again, with my dick. What the fuck? Hello, whoever pushed that button, you're my hero. Yeah, how did she check that he's not a zombie? Deadsith came out at like the perfect time of the stream, right after all the talks are done. We're just back to playing the video games now. My dick. Oh my god, Tyvox. Tyvox honestly has made the biggest contribution to the stream with that. Incredible. And it's something, honestly, it's something Hildebrand would say. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Oh, did I read the rest of that line? Ah, whatever, it's fine, he's Hildebrand, nobody gives a shit. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden, what said her most. Honestly, this guy, Tyvox, if you're still here, this is you. I want you to know. He's got piss glasses and everything. There we go. This knave assaulted a young woman as well. The audacity, I should fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the gentleman from Segoli. A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital. It would be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. Fucking bolts. My dick is harder than you think. It is. It always is. Damn it, Hildy. I ain't told you about the lass's name yet. He just bolts off. It's great. I like Hildebrand. It's nice and lighthearted, which would make some nice contrast to the things we've been talking about tonight. Y'all already know. We deep dive into whatever we're talking about. I think it's, and I've said this before, I think that as a streamer, whatever platform I have, however small, should be used for the greater good. And I think that having these conversations is to the benefit of everyone listening, even if they're heavy, even if they may be uncomfortable at times. I think that it's very important for us to have these conversations because we as a community, one, need to identify what we're about. If you're a racist or a homophobe, I don't even know why you're still here. Not the channel for you, not the community for you. But it's also, it's more than just not being racist. It's more than just not being a homophobe. I think that there's an active necessity for us to talk through these issues in a way that is constructive and allows people who may not be embedded in that issue to understand what the arguments are, what the real needs are for some of the people in those communities. I think that there's an important function that we have as a part of media. Yeah. You don't like NASCAR, so you guess you gotta go? Oh, shit. I don't like NASCAR either. It's just I don't get it. Okay, is NASCAR like baseball games where the only reason you're actually going is so you can get drunk and eat junk food in the stands? Is that why? Is that why people go to NASCAR? Because I can't imagine being genuinely entertained by the fucking cars going in circles for 3 hours, 4 hours.
I like watching people take left turns all day.
And party. Okay. That might be it. Okay, if it's just an excuse to party. I know the people in the middle of the donut. Those people are just camped out and they're having a great fucking time. They also can't go anywhere until it's done, so they better be blasted. But the people sitting in the stands, what's the attraction? Is it just getting drunk, eating junk food, and partying out with your uncle? Because granted, not my uncle, but one of my uncles, that'd be a great time. There we go. Occasionally the live spectators get vibrated. Thank you for that, Tyvox. My father-in-law used to watch it like every week. Is it that frequent? What? Part of it, most people watch NASCAR hoping to God there's a horror crash. I could see that. Then there's the 10% who genuinely just admire good cars. I could also see that. Hey, I like baseball. Word. I like baseball too. But there's definitely a cultural element to where a lot of people just go to the sporting events because, one, it's something that is not their day-to-day bullshit, which is absolutely valid. We all have our own flavor of escapism. But then the other one is actually just to go, like, eat a hot dog, drink a beer. That's exactly why I went. I was looking forward to that hot dog when I went with y'all. I had a good time watching the game, too. Didn't our team win? Did we win the ball game? I can't remember. It was a good time, though. It was more about just the experience of it. Being there. I suppose that's it. It's just being out of your house. We did! We won the game. Nice. Because we brought Francis. Was that right? Is she the good luck charm? Interesting. God, I can't make any progress on fucking anything tonight. We're just in a chatty mood. I think we are. Yeah, I don't get the NASCAR. I think that, to me, the allure would be if there were some cars that were, like, especially good. But, man, I feel like, honestly, here's my thing about NASCAR. I feel like there are too many fucking cars. I feel like NASCAR were, like, 6 dudes racing it out. I feel like that would be much cooler to me. Just to me. If I even have to reassure people of this, I always feel shitty. Not because I've done anything wrong, but, like, how the fuck do you not already know this? But I have to say it again. You're welcome to like what you like. If I don't like it, that shouldn't diminish your ability to like something. It certainly doesn't invalidate the joy that you should get from it, okay? And I'm not judging you for liking something. I've got a bunch of furries in my community. If I was judgy, they wouldn't last very long. Or rather, I open my arm to all the weirdos. Send me your huddled masses, your furries, your game devs, your people that have 100%ed games that I will never even play. Send me your weebs. Send me your artists that don't get work. Send me your artists that do get work with the furries and the weebs. Send me your people that know way too goddamn much about one thing. Send me them. I want them. They're my people. There we go. There we go. Poor Funkle, all your home teams suck. Oh no. Yeah, Tyvox likes to play Minecraft in such a way that it creates a house fire. That's valid. That's great. I'll never do that, but have fun. Then there's artists who draw shitposts. Yes, the shitposters especially are welcome. There we go. Nice, Panda.
I can't draw the shitpost, but goddamn if I can't get you to draw them for me.
Oh yeah, I'm still holding out for the Coco. Hey, what's in your hand? A knife? No.
Dude, just you wait. I have that one and so many more.
Oh, I can't. They're sad. They give me life. You don't even know. I have the Coco at the Beach bookmarked in my browser just so I can look at it every now and then. I just want you to know that.
I'm dying.
Erica is so good. I can't show it on stream because, but
save as.
Yeah. No. Don't touch my NFT. All right. Hold on. Let me flip my pretzel here. Despair Donuts. What? I missed that one, Fern. What are you talking about? What's a Despair? Oh, Dunkin' Donuts. The Jets ones are labeled Despair flavor. I see. Well, Funko, you got to go up to the... Get one of them Despair flavored donuts. Hell yeah. The Giants one's labeled Failure Frosting. Oh no. I don't know enough about sports to even know what teams are good. I probably would be an absolute savant at fantasy sports because I would pick randomly and probably do better than par. That's what I've heard from people that do fantasy sports, like really do fantasy sports. They usually get beat by the rando wife that doesn't know anything about sports balls, just trying to be involved in what her husband's doing because their marriage is falling apart. That was a sad family. I do know that Patriots need to always lose. The Patriots have got to lose at all costs. I do not care who wins, just not them, because they're assholes who cheat. I'm sure everyone cheats, honestly, just the Patriots got caught. You got invited to play fantasy football once. You trounced everyone so badly and had no idea what you're doing. They didn't invite you back. Yeah. There's some bruised egos in there. Yeah. All right, play your sports ball. I'm gonna go play my video games. Sorry. After her own, yeah. It's blue. I need to do it anyway. I might as well. Oh, well, Mico, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. XLX_? She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. Nice. Just yelling Go Sports. Everyone at the stadium would hate me. They would just absolutely just like taking the piss out of the game, you know, not really caring at all one way, and then the guy next to you is like, I'm gonna fucking die if they don't win this game, you know? I understand that intensity, though. I feel that way about books. I'm going to literally bleed to death if this story doesn't go the way it should. It's a nice thing about playing a game long after it's been... I'm trying to figure out where to go, by the way. I'm just too dumb. Weavers Guild. That's so far away. Damn. What's nice about coming into this game after... it's already been out for a long time, is that I've got a pretty confident glance at its quality over time. I keep going back to... Hello, Catboy. I keep going back to what people said about the biggest hurdle for people liking this game is all of ARR. And if you can get past that, you're going to have a great time. Yeah, play video games, he says. I know, as I walk in circles around the town. I'm on my way. I'm just meandering. Nothing I'm doing here is of particular consequence, you know, so we're going to take our time. I am also desperately trying to buy time for... desperately trying to buy time so we can get all the raid nights that we need, so I'm really not in a hurry here. ARR is just a really long tutorial. That is exactly how I feel about it. I feel like it's so... ARR so gradually introduced mechanics, and then you get to coils, and it's like, here, bitch, take this, and dumps all the Legos in your lap. Like,
pretty much, yeah. It's like, here's every mechanic, have fun.
And some you didn't even know existed. Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Well,
it's great.
At least you get to play with dive bombs again, because those show up, because of course they do.
So, am I going to have to deal with dive bombs again before the end of coils?
Yes.
Why have you done this to me? How many times?
Just the one fight.
Is it 13?
Yes.
Ah! Oh, no.
There's another turn where we get to do something like golems again, but we have to rotate them now. So 3 people each get a shape, and we have to go in a circle with them because they'll vor each other and we will die.
Okay, true, false. I need a citation here on something Mr. Funkle Stiltskin says. The Slayer of Pumpkins. He said dive bombs are a lot easier to deal with in T13.
The way you deal with them in T13 is everybody stacks in the middle, the marker goes out, you find where the boss is, you look at him, and you rotate like a quarter of a circle to the left, and you go that way.
So yes.
Okay. That actually seems a lot easier if it's look up at boss and go.
Yeah, you can just literally, I'll put a circle on my head and you can just follow my ass.
Well, I'm so comfortable with safety circle. It's like a flotation device. I need you to know that. Remember how beating T9 felt? That's what you signed up for. Oh, hell yeah. I want you to crush my balls, please. By all means. Crush away. I want the... Listen, I'm telling you, I'm up for any challenge. Any challenge, as long as it's not platforming, or...
I can't wait to invite... I can't wait to introduce everybody to the Shakiras.
Okay. Listen, I'm a longtime Shakira fan. You better not be disrespecting my lady.
I'm not. There are Shakiras that we have to deal with as a mechanic.
If their hips don't crush me, I'm going to be upset with you.
You can get absolutely crushed, yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
you can take people with you if you really want.
Okay, I'm going to yoink Murgo in for sweet revenge. I don't think Murgo understands how dedicated I am to getting his face absolutely crushed. Any opportunity I get to kill Murgo.
What you have to do is you have to get with your healers, who are both right here, and you go, we would like to kill Murgo. And we both look at each other and we go, okay, and we will rescue him into literally everything we can.
Please. At least the first time we take him out, you know? We have to test that the AoE markers are even working. We need to make sure that he gets dive bombed. I mean, even if we die at the same time, killing Murgo is worth it. Listen, I've gone the entirety of ARR getting yoinked into AoEs by this motherfucker and getting chased with AoEs based on him. And he's like, come over here, hug me. And he's going to fucking electrocute my ass. He deserves some of it.
The hilarious part is I think he is enjoying the reprieve, because that's usually what raids do to him.
Ah. Yeah, we're at Hildy. Yeah, sorry, Silver. I'm taking 20 years to do it. Hell, hold on. Is this
Get
Fern?
that skinny twink. That's me.
Oh, yeah, that's Fern. Holy fuck, she is stylish. I love that hair. It's such a great color blend. No, put the... Oh, goddamn it, Hildebrand. I was like, why are we panning so far? Go back to the pretty lady. What are you doing? My beloved Pureheart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? Yeah, she's fucking intense. She reminds me of Moonbreeda. I'm just sad that Moonbreeda's that fucking Hildebrand, goddammit. A priceless possession, carelessly ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow into his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all creation from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for your pure heart. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? She's gigantic. Look at her. Whoa, I thought Hello? I thought Hildebrand was tall, but she's just fucking huge. She could actually just scoop me up with one arm, like a cat, like a small cat. Not even to mention him, he's not even to her hip. Whoa. He's so polite, too. He's like, would you like to try the robes? We have them in lavender as well as cerulean. Have you taken your measurements yet, my lady? And then he has to get up on a fucking ladder that just rests against her head in order to climb up, and then he just parachutes down in order to take the measurements. There we go. What about the tank killing us? Oh no. Poor Snake's gonna get fucking war flashbacks the more we tease him about it. I hope Snake knows. I don't always trust that Snake knows this, that anytime he gets teased, it's out of love. He hasn't said it's anything other than that, so I'm going to assume he's okay with it. Yeah. Anyway. Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. He's into it? You don't know that, Murgo. You say everyone's into everything. Hell, my cat's stuck in the tree. He probably likes it, lady. No ladder needed, just climb that giantess, really. Like a cat climbing up your jeans when they know you got food. Yeah, maybe. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone. So the time and location of the theft are known, essential details, without which we cannot solve the case. But there is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon, to coax the hidden clues from your memories. We must reenact that fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries. Meow. Off he goes. There we go. We got it. Hey, Panda. I didn't get to thank the other guys either. It was while the stream was opening up. I might just look at all three of you. Zin, resubscribed tier 1, 31-month streak. You're getting close to that third year, man. Thank you so much for the unending support. I appreciate you. Mr. Rian as well, tier 1 for 26 months. Catboy's so fucking cute. Get over here. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much. And Black Ghost Panda just now prime for 7 months. You were waiting on that read-up. Nice, man. I appreciate that. We're getting you close to a year there. Hildebrand is Hildebrand. Yes, he is. He's a very unique character. I like him. I think he's a great departure from the tones of the rest of the game. I think he makes a great palate cleanser overall for the end of the expansion so far, especially if we know that we're going to begin to be going into some really heavy shit right after this. Relic Hildebrand into the end of ARR Bukake, and then holy fuck, where am I going? Is there any rhyme or reason to the direction I've gone? Hey, hold on. Nope, I'm a genius. Never mind. This is where I'm supposed to go. There we go. Good comedic relief. I agree. I think it's so necessary, too. Bon Sugar Bottom. Look at you. Adorable. I love the eyeshadow. That is like the perfect shirt. Oh, yeah, like the little fuzzballs down there on the boots, too. Excellent. Excellent character. And it gets so much better, I can't even wait, man. Again, I feel like, you know, I think Yiz was saying this. He said Rian, one of the two. They're the same Catboy. Was saying that, you know, people enjoy ARR. It's not bad. It's just that everything else is so much better. Yeah, I'm hungry too. My stomach is starting to retaliate. There we go. Whoa. No, never mind. Fucking stop talking to me, bitch. Oh, it's Hildebrand, yeah. Why would I look at anybody else? There we go. I'm gonna get to Eureka, and Fern's gonna be there on the sidelines with a whistle and be like, play by play exactly what I need to do. Yeah, the 45 seconds to kill that Fate. I think you could do that in 30. Come on, try it again. It's gonna be Fern. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. I'm sure that happens to her often, actually. She's dressed like a fucking boss. I wouldn't think that this mustard yellow and darker mustard yellow would work out well. She does it well. It almost could use a splash of green, but that may just be too earthy. More like, oh no, Fern. Oh no. Go punch that crab. Yeah, now do that 99 more times and you'll hit level 4. Perfect. Scoop Catboys for Eureka. Hell yeah, we'll do that. It probably. So I want to ask you, Catboys, is Eureka something that we think would be fun to just do and chit chat on stream, or is that something that we're like, no, that is like eyeballs bleeding, don't do it on stream?
Eureka is like, I guess you could compare it to the ARR Relic Fate grind, because it's literally nothing but fates or go punch crabs for like 20 minutes. So it's just mindless killing if you want to just have like a chat on the side. Okay.
We may try it one day and see if we can like keep up a stirring enough conversation to keep me awake while grinding, and if we do, you know, that'll be good. Rapid, join us when we do.
It looks like there's enough people too that want to do it or still kind of quote need to do it, so we could make it like a group thing too.
We could. I think we just, instead of, you know, once we run out of raid content, we'll do like Eureka night.
We'll never be out of free content.
That's true. Wow, I really hit the gold mine here, didn't I? And it's fun too, you know? Like with RimWorld, it was unlimited content because I could just come up with more stories and scenarios, but I didn't want to fucking play that game ever again, man. I was miserable. 90% of that game is just fucking waiting for something to happen. Narcolepsy,
Eureka's
the
something
game.
that we can pick up and put down too. So if we start a raid night, there's not enough people, we could just scoop everyone and just go to Eureka.
Yeah, whoever we have on hand, that could be great. Okay, go eat, Fern. Go eat. Okay. She's trying to leave me start talking about her. Of course she's not going to leave. She's got to defend herself in her honor. Nashu in the back dozing off. Yeah, I know. The NPCs really need to start reacting to me more. You're going to stay away from Eureka? Okay, that's fine, Cat. Cool. I mean, anybody that wants to join for Eureka, I'll probably end up trying to do it online at least. I must Eureka at some point. I have to Eureka at some point too. Let's just do it together. Let's go suffer. I think it'd be great. Just run around as a group, just bopping around. It'd be like what Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to be. All right, anyway. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled because her purse was so heavy. Yeah, you have to get through Stormblood. What? After Eureka to get through Stormblood? Oh. I don't know why I thought Eureka was a Heavensward thing. Like, I thought Eureka was something that is going to be part of this relic quest. When do you do Eureka?
It's Stormblood post-content.
Oh. Yeah, I was just saying, I really thought it was going to be something I was doing as part of this relic hunt that we're doing.
No, it's later expansion relic.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'll be doing it anyway. Yeah, I've gotten Fern all revved up that we're going to do it, so we got to do it now. I couldn't do that to her. I have heard tales of how much she enjoyed Eureka, and I didn't know anything about it, so I just indulged in letting her explain all of it to me so I'd at least understand what was going on with it. But yeah, I mean, she fucking loved Eureka. I don't know when it was, but she found out that there was basically a second version of Eureka later in the expansions. I could hear it. I could hear it in my bones how excited she was. There we go.
Yeah, it's Eureka 2.0, and it's a lot better put together. I haven't finished either of them, but they're pretty good.
Okay. Well, then we got to fix that. I'm signing
Screaming noises.
I'm signing everyone up for pain as much as I can. I'm not going to do this alone. It won't just be me out there hustling in Eureka and hoping to God to make it through the night. It's not just going to be me. Shut the fuck up. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Stormblood is really divisive, but you think I'll like it. What makes it divisive, Mr. Funkle? Oh, is that it? Oh, it's a panda. Hell yeah. There we go. Honey Blossom. Stormtrooper Sand. That's a meme name. Nice. Of course it's on a Lalafell. Excellent. All right, off we go. Draven Atmos _XLX. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, if anyone's like, oh, I never really got the oomph to do relics, I kind of wanted to. Now's a great time to do it. Join me, because I'm going through it anyway. We might as well suffer together. It makes it easier. There we go. I have issues with Stormblood, but I won't go into why, because it's super spoilers. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know. I didn't expect a breakdown, but like in general terms, is it like... Actually, no, you can't tell me anything. Never mind. I will use it against you. What am I talking about? I warned you of it. I should remember it myself. There we go. She's just so angry. Well, once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 ponzes, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 ponzes! Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. She looks like she scream talks. Yes. Her lips never come together. She's just always like... There sure are a lot of gigantic crates in Ul'dah. At the Weaver's Guild, at Sun-Silk Tapestries, and here too. Yeah, I wondered why those popped up and then disappeared once the dialogue was over. Fucking Hildebrand, goddamn dude. Silver, are you Hildebrand? Is that why you're so excited about Hildy? Every time we mention him, you're like, Hildy, in chat. It's like when Fruitusion comes in, it's like, Mico. Makes me laugh. It's so good. Yeah, I'm excited for all the expansions. Always? Okay, good. Reality has little bearing on Hildebrand. Oh, I agree. Reality would be a burden to Hildebrand. He's like Deadpool in the fact that he probably knows exactly what's going on, and he's just having fun. My crafter classes use the Hildebrand glam. Is it the rags, or is there like an actual suit? Because he looks like any retainer, pretty much. He's just, you know, a zombie. All right. These crates are everywhere, Mico. I wonder what's inside. But I don't see how we can open. Of course. I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun. Ah, yes. She's the token blow shit up character. They gave the crates a line. Ah, yes. The crates meow at you. Here we go. She's delight. That's what the item's called. Oh shit! I blew it up. Hello? Bananas. They were crates of bananas. And oh, he's got a what? He's got a fucking gun. Hildebrand does not move as a statue still, collecting dust. Still, he does not waver. At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. Cool. A gladiator possesses his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart. Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it. For safekeeping, nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve? Such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. See, chat, why aren't you like that for me? Why do I have to beg? I'm not asking much. I don't want fans, I don't want viewers, I don't want community members, I want devotees. If you're not really a devotee, man, just go spend your time somewhere else, honestly. Goddess? Devotees? Sorry. Goddess? Devotees? But of course. That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Who's this? Oh shit. It's Panda. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. Because I prefer dommy mommies. You got me there, Funkle. There we go. Nah, she's higher. She's got panda energy, though. Not as tall. Listen, motherfucker, she's got panda energy. You can't take that from me. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you, with pleasure. You would be willing to share such precious information with me? Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Off he goes. Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. Listen, it's that meme of Mr. Incredible getting angry at the table. If I say it is panda energy, dude. You don't get to pick it. You are assigned energy to an NPC. I suppose since you are the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. Oh, interesting. What a twist. He's at the Golden Bazaar? I don't know where anything is in this hellhole. This dump of a whatever you call a city. There we go. Scruffy Murphy of the Excel clan. I see no one's better than numbers than them. I could see it. Hildebrand's talking and someone's in the background just going, "You suck!" It's outside the city. What? No way. Outside the Golden Bazaar. Oh shit, you're right. Wow, all the way over in Camp Drybone. My dumbass was gonna walk there. I was gonna walk there. I would have been very unpleased. Maybe that's how I buy more time, is I just walk everywhere. Just be like, bam, no more mount. Anyway, off we go. Is it time for a new minion, chat? Whoa, that's a name. Augustine Solento. No, fucking Aureli's like, ah! Every time I do bad French pronunciations. I can just feel it. She made the Mico Agony emote. She uses it regularly, I think, if she watches these VODs. Oh, poor thing. Poor all of you. Listen, if you don't correct me, then I'm just right. That's just how that works. Streamer privilege, man. What the fuck is that? Was that me? Ew. I walk like a fucking horse. That ground was just particularly gravelly and squishy. Okay, I need my minion back. Oh, not O. P. Not you. Over here. Orders. General. Mount roulette. There we go. That's the button. There we go. Here we go. Here we go? Yeah, there we go. There's Humphrey. We've done it. Humphrey looking like a snack, dude. Nice hair. Here we go. Whoa. Hi, I'm Humphrey. And you are? At last, I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I'm told you are the victim of a marauding duelist. Me? A victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. Oh, fuck, here we go. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. That's why he's also a perpetrator. He's a charlatan, but goddamn if he ain't a cute one. Whew. You mean you won? That's amazing. Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cardinal. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle with Master Lou we were. Of course, he was a dab hand with the old magic he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can... That man is no warrior of light. We saw that coming. Oops, the fuck? Tell them as they are. Elizar. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own. Liar. Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's blade, bid him take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him guild to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back and sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel, as if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whoreson, look at me! Me flower and galled locks are no more. I've gone bold from the stress and heartbreak. He was blonde, I love that. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. Okay. Yes, your energy twin. It's very panda energy. There we go. All right, all right. He beat the shit out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the guild to pay his Cherugian. Cherugian?
Cherision.
Chirigen. I'm trying so hard. I promise I'm trying. We did it close enough. I have no idea where here the sword is. No. What was I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what he don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with your problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? There we go. The old man showed up in the background at random points in ARR just to set up for this one gag? What? That's great, I love that. And what of Eliar's flowing locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? Score! We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. It's fun to read these quests because they're so fucking nonsensical. Everyone has so much character, so like you can't ruin it by over-reading it, so you just dig in, have fun. Look at Malja. I'll save you, citizen. Never mind, it's illegal for me to help you, so I won't. Okay, Lululo and Beniger. That's a nice name. Don't drop your... Okay, you got your rock? You good, little guy? You've been such a trooper following me around all day. I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna feed you ash later on. Yeah? Does that sound good? You hungry? He's probably hungry. He's not been able to eat a rock all day. I got a few pebbles in my pocket. Nope. See, don't drop it now. That's your dinner. Anyway, I fucking love this Fragment. He's a good boy. That boy should be so ashamed of himself, robbing poor Eleazar of a priceless family heirloom. It goes to show that you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. Oh, shit. Is that how they sigh? That's so awful. It's like puking up gravel. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Eleazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, what would be so wrong? Would it be so wrong? Yes, it would. All right, Beniger, what do you got? Eleazar's sword. It wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. Yeah, like this bitch down here. Okay, what else you got? Oh, there's another man over there. Abe. Abby? Abby. Antique swords? Oh, I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant, Jojampa. What a name, Jojampa. Whoa. That's a great name. Is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. Okay. Where is the best Lalafell? Give him more rocks? Oh god, if only I could. I love that I have Gissel Greens. Yeah, rocks, I know, little guy, I know. I love you. If only there was like, you could have just an inventory of little crystals to feed him. Or you go and mine crystal shards, the elemental shards, and you can fucking feed him to your little... Yeah, I know, feed him. I need a full-on pet simulator expansion. I'd pay real money for that. Let my minions be fed, like little chows. Oh my god, you put that in this game, you can simulate like chow raising. Fern would literally never play any other game. It would just be this. All right, Jojampa, the best Lalafell. mustache. You know they're children. They can't grow mustaches. So all of these are fakes that are either glued on or they're just drawn with a Sharpie. Yeah. It's just a straight up Warzone with the Imalja there too, but I'm not worried about it. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, anywheres I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Though I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Elazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. He hears more about his hair than the sword. That might be in 6.2. Oh, let us gamble with our chickens. Yes, I want minion cockfights so bad. Let me pit my dust bunny against yours, man. He will eat yours alive, I swear. Yeah. Well, if there is a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone. It might be the only source of water. Tisk tisk, you should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. Walking? Hildebrand walking. I've seen everything now. Okay, we are now going over to ignore the Imalja invasion currently happening, as no one seems to care about this currently, which is good for me because I've got other business to attend to. Let's go. We should be able to go right over there. Right over this hill, oh yeah. Don't do it? Hi, snaky boy. How you doing? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it now. There we go. You're well? I'm glad, dude. Perfect. Alright, here's Hildebrand. What, this? Oh, this is not what I was expecting. I'm also dumb and don't know my Eorzean geography, so here we are. There we go. It occurs to me that I am not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many occasions, my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. You know what? Canonically for this character, we would have probably been a pool attendant at some point and done exactly that many times. I think if anything, this is right up our skill set. Yeah. We get something called Island Sanctuary, but we don't know what that is. I'm hoping it's minion cockfights. That's what I will throw you into combat so fast, it's fine. We'll train you to not drop your rock, okay? We'll train you not to drop your rock. We got to build up them sticky arms. Yes! Yes! Victory! Oh, it's so hard. It's it's so hard being a Spriggan. It's so hard. Life is so hard. The body is but an instrument on occasional need of oiling. So come, my friend. Yes, baby.
You can already throw him into fights. What are you talking about?
How?
The Verminion in Gold Saucer. You go downstairs and you go to the right. When you run in the little courtyard, go to the right. There's a whole section for minions and fighting minions. You do the tutorials. You can throw your minions into fights. You throw all your minions into fights, man. They've all got different stuff.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Thank you for this information.
I mean, if you want in some little minion cockfights, go over there. It's right there.
I'm doing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be good. I'm excited now. My dreams realized. Join me in victory cry, brother. Ah, this comforting scent as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. There we go. There we go. Oh, here we go. That doesn't make it any easier, but yeah. The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. It's okay to hurt Hildebrand. I'm fine with that. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, yes! At last! My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads, and the pain becomes pleasure. I didn't have to read it that way. I can't wait to have the what are these called? Not deadlifts, not scrunches, not crunches. Squats, got it. Don't say anything. There we go. Right there, yes! Keep doing that, just like that, just like... Yes, now what's more with feeling? Yeah, Hildebrand? How many times am I gonna rub oil on strange men in this game? Keep doing it. Ah, never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good man. Hildebrand and his father. That's right, it was literally his dad. I remember that over in the springs. I was trying to remember that area, over in the hot springs area. Yeah, we rubbed oil on that man. Is that why you had me do that quest where I rubbed oil on that strange old man?
Yes.
It all makes sense now. There we go.
Snake spoiled it, the bitch.
I already pieced it together. I was like, where's the other guy that I did this with? I already knew. He didn't spoil anything. He just confirmed it. And I figured it had to be his dad when I saw the card, too, because they're both Hildebrand, but I'm like, who the fuck is Godbert? Snake didn't do anything wrong.
This is why you don't play cards.
I know. It's the second thing that's been spoiled for me.
Cards.
Snake didn't spoil anything. I was way ahead of the pack. I'm too smart. Here we go. Come here. I'm going to hug the boy. Hold on. Fuck. Where's my... I moved this bar and now I don't know where anything is. Holy shit. Where's Hug? There's Hug. Okay, there we go. He dodged the Hug. He dodged it. Yoink. Yeah, the Mandervilles. There we go. Okay. The fuck, where am I going? Search the spring for anything of interest. There's a third thing. Well, Hildebrand is of interest. Ah, I see it. Yeah, Godbert Manderville. That's... Fern? Fern would live in there. In an instant, she would be in there so fast. There we go. Perfect. Search for the spring for anything of interest. We found a bottle. If this is drinking water, what the fuck is Hildebrand doing? You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? Yes, take the bottle. Take that. And take that. Oh, Hildebrand's first line. It's just a big meow. No sign of the sword Jojonpa mentioned, I see. Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Does something cause you to... Oh, it's the sword. Literally tripped over it. Interesting. So the personal island is mostly just farming and crafting. Well, I hate both of those things, so that's a shame. For me. Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. Then I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of the... Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Ul'dah and fetch you some new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Elizar as well. I keep wanting to say Elziar. The newest, most potent blend you can find. You can let your minions play out in the sunshine. I want it badly then. I love my minions. I have developed a strong emotional bond to my minions at this point, especially the duck and the Spriggan. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon of all of Elazar's woes will be no more. Hildebrand walking, it's so gross. There we go. You don't need crafters, though. Hildebrand's got a ridiculous name. Full name. Okay, report to Elazar. That's a long way. Meaning more than 5 seconds of flying away. It's a long way. Here we go. There we go, nice. Won't take us too long to get there. Oh, it's going to be more activities, but they haven't said anything. The only thing they have said is that it's a home. Well, I like the idea of having my own personal island. I'm bougie enough to want that instead of just a gigantic mansion. Why not have both? Stop wanting. There we go. Okay, hold on. Dodo friend. There we go. I'm gonna guess in here. Oh, yes, actually. Perfect. As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Just static. Aye, it is her. Every chap is scratched just as I remember. God bless you, sir. Oh, shit. I never expected you to go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of your ward. Altruism is a rare trait these days. Nah, I ain't got any of that. 'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul, and understands that none deserve to be forsaken. Just become a Hildy. Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Super panda energy, honestly. Inspector, I've brought your change of clothing. I also bought a supply of hair tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case. Look at how happy he was. Nice. The super zoom camera we haven't seen. Whoa, that's not... Excellent. Inspector? Inspector Hildebrand. The camera tricks that they did just there, we haven't seen those yet. Those were nice. The zoom, the eyes following a target right in the camera, those look nice. Head empty, only cards. There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? Yes, let me put this down. Excellent. Please tell me that's an emote we have. Someone had to go through the effort of mocapping this, then putting in the... Holy shit, dude. What function does this serve except to exist? I'm not complaining, but still, you know the amount of work that goes into making a single emote like this? This is a fuckload of work. The author neglected to pin her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? Give it to me, you idiot. No, you... It's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. Yeah, it's a shitpost and a graphical experiment. I don't know about that face. A challenge! For me! Oh, at last the curtain rises. Very well. If I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. He's still going. He's not done. The fucking slap noises. Oh, hallelujah. Amen. Beautiful. And so Hildy was born. Yes, give me that. Strike it. There we go. Brilliant. Incredible. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry. Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible. I knew it. So bold, so majestic, just like the warrior of light. The fucking eyebrow gets me. No, a gentleman of light. No, fuck off. Simping hard. He is exceptionally something. Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing. I need that emote. Whoa. Oh! He's got a whole chocobo on his head over there. Ah, mysterious stranger. Hildebrand. I hope it's Yojimbo. I hope it is. It's not somebody else, because back in ye olden days, that's what Yojimbo was. Yojimbo was hilarious in Final Fantasy XII because he was a total charlatan. Like, he'd kick your ass. But every weapon he had was like some shitty knockoff version of an actual weapon from the series, and it was just funny. Hey, it's him! This is far from the strongest of swords. It might not be Yojimbo, but I'd be surprised if it isn't. Blue skies in the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? It's gotta be Yojimbo. Right? Because this guy looks different than the one in the challenge that you get in the gold saucer. Look at him. God, he's fucking huge. There we go. And I got 2 filtered water. Nice. I just bottled that shit up while we were there. No one gave that to me. Oh? It's becoming film noir. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the... Whoa. With my, let us call what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you wish to duel with weapons, not wits? The bridge hardly seems appropriate for such an epic battle. Oh my god. Excellent. Yeah, raw water, you didn't even fucking cook it. You stirred it, but you didn't... Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Oh, don't say pumpkins. Don't cover that up. The fuck? Pumpkins sort of... Stop! They sort of remind me of... No, it's gone. Never mind. Little Cowboy Bebop there, yeah. Can imagine they went through all the effort of actually doing like a Bebop-like intro. The jazz and everything, the full jazz. The bridge comments a Final Fantasy V reference. Yeah, I went right over my head. The science of deduction. Decline that. Chat, I'm going to bed. I want to go to bed instead. All right, how does a boy sit? Oh, I can sit on the bed, but I can't sit on the bed. That's unfortunate. All right, chat, I had a great time tonight. We had some really nice talks. Oh, we got up to the stage of grinding for the relic, so I'll do that offline probably tomorrow. Maybe. And then I'll also, let's see. We also got to the next nice checkpoint in Hildebrand, so that's pretty good. Slash doze. Oh, can I actually? Okay. Oh, perfect. Oh, don't snore. No. We're too cute to snore. Don't moan either.
If you stand up on the bed and slash doze, it should work.
Okay, let's do this. I kind of just want to let the Spriggan jump on the bed, you know? So that's such a crime. This is how I go to sleep. I want you to know that.
Boo, it doesn't work.
Oh, I tried.
The bed is defective.
Like, it depends on which furniture, because some pieces won't let you based on the where it's at. So this might be one of those where it's got a massive headboard like that and may not let you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, God, he's so pretty every time I look at him. Jesus, I'm like, God, blinding. All right, I had a great time tonight, but I'll be back on Thursday, not tomorrow, but the day after. And we'll be back continuing with Hildebrand. Hopefully by that point we've got more actual story to do as far as the relic is concerned, and that'll be good. We'll be back on Thursday. Then after that, it'll be raid night on Saturday, raid night on Sunday. Sunday, we'll be attempting to do the next round of coils. We're doing that on Sunday. We're going to be doing the other EX trials, wrapping up all the dungeons, getting all that stuff done on Saturday. So Sunday's the day. If you want to be here for coils, be there on Sunday. That's going to be great. After that, we'll be right back into the Hildebrand landslide that it is, and then can just continue, repeat, rinse and repeat every week after that until I die. All right. Hey, I had a good time tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, keeping me company. I'll be back on Thursday. See you then.